Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and we are going to be playing the Update 34 beta in the Lord of the Rings Online, which is the beta for the Before the Shadow mini expansion. Just yesterday I made a video covering some of the highlights in the beta, one of which I'm very excited that... There's a loud cat, but I'm very excited that other people sounds like were as excited as I am about the trait point changes. To me, that is one of the perhaps best changes that I have seen for the Lord of the Rings Online in a very long time, at least because I did not like the system before, and I significantly like it significantly better, I should say, with you getting all your trait points just from leveling. So of all the stuff in the beta, that is like the, say, one big highlight for me if I had to choose one. But that is not the only thing we're going to be checking out today. There's a whole lot of stuff to get to. I will point out some things I'm not going to do in the beta is any questing content, at least intentionally do any questing content. I also will not do the new intro experience or stuff like that to avoid story spoilers, and just because I don't like doing that stuff in betas. Mainly, I intend to check out any of the various changes that were in the patch notes, but also check out, I could create a new character and just see what it's like to get into the intro, but not do anything, see the environment perhaps. But intend to check things out like mainly systems and just explore the landscape really. And to get to chat, do want to say hello to Hanzo Diamond, who I actually don't even know if they're still here, but they were here 100 minutes ago, so that is nice. Hopefully they can catch us live. And Cassie, keeping you company while you're shopping at Walmart. Always a fun place to shop. So I see a bunch of rings on my mini-map, but I gotta get into the mindset that I'm not going to be questing. So one of the things with the class trait point changes is a character like this, I believe I was actually closer to 98 trait points than this character is. So that is, I suppose, wait, what spec am I even in? I suppose that is going to be one concern, is that some somewhat high-level characters might actually drop down in trait points, which I think is good for overall consistency and like smoothing out the progression actually, but it is something that's going to feel a little bit bad for some particular characters in those particular circumstances. But what I did notice is for lower level characters, because you get one trait point, I believe, every level from 2 to 22, you get a lot more trait points at low levels. So a lot of my low level characters will appreciate that. And I think really what this does that is beneficial for low level characters is you get more exciting stuff quicker. So at lower levels, you will have access to more, wait, why am I getting this? To more stuff than you would have before, is my impression with that at least. So one thing I'm doing, I just thought I'd go ahead and do this and build out, oh yeah, I want a bunch of points in this. Build out this character to, wait a minute. Haha, that would be the issue. Seize the moment. Okay, so if I remember correctly, this character did have both points in lasting impression, so I'm suspecting at least 95 trait points before, and he will be dropped down one. But all my level 140 characters will have the full 98 trait points, which is exciting. And I think at this point we can drop the trait points for a moment. It's something that seems like it should be minor, but I have made a lot of videos. I know I highlighted 3 videos that I've made in the past few years talking about specifically trait points, but I have made a number of other videos and even just comments and live streams in various places about me not liking the system and it being a thing that really, let's see, what's even the right word here? Really puts a damper on my enjoyment for LOTRO, because what would happen is I would abandon characters right around West Rohan, largely because I did not want to do the content at that point and moving forward to get trait points, and I, for those particular areas, would often, not always, but often rather alternative leveling approaches, because it's kind of a grindy, I consider the level 90s to 100, even up to like 130, 140 certain parts of it, even though I enjoy a lot of that even higher level content. I consider it kind of a grind at that point to get through, especially on alts, so I don't necessarily mind the whole trait point thing for a single character. This character got all his trait points that he could get up to that point. I think I missed one at level 130, and I missed one from the Moria quest, but I actually had all the other ones, including the West Rohan, Gondor, Epic Battles, trait points, all the class deeds, all that sort of stuff. So it's something I didn't necessarily mind for one character, but I really did not like doing on alts. So that is why I'm really happy with the changes, I suppose, because those characters that are like right before Rohan basically will not really be abandoned anymore. I can feel fine leveling them through missions or something and actually playing those characters again, which is exciting. Anyway, we can get more into the actual beta content for real this time. Ooh, Nick, hope you're enjoying the worst deed. You just got yours for the first time. It's definitely nice for travel, and speaking of travel, so this is kind of randomly throwing us in here. This is just where the character happened to be. This is going to be the western zone, Cardolan, and these zones are massive, and the first thing I kind of noticed going into this area, I don't think I commented on it specifically in the video, was how open it is. It's kind of surprising. It looks like a hilly terrain, kind of like Iron Hills perhaps, but it looks very open. I also notice, I don't know if this is true everywhere, but looking around here, I am very particular about certain kinds of foliage in LOTRO, and something I am noticing here is a lack, actually, of something, and that is ugly bushes. So I think this area, compared to Iron Hills, which has a ton of what I call the ugly bushes for people not familiar, they're the bushes that are all around Iron Hills and scattered through a whole bunch of places in LOTRO that to me don't have an appealing look. I kind of get the idea of them. They do actually fit in some areas, but I think they're way overdone in a lot of areas. But anyway, I don't notice those here, and I think that is one thing contributing to how pretty it looks. I really like the colors going on here. That's one of the things these ugly bushes, they contribute to kind of an ugly color to me. But these, all the plants here, even those bushes, the darker green bushes, I think those look a lot more appealing to me personally, at least. And this place looks really nice. So one thing I'm curious, I think it is, yeah, about to become morning time. I really like the look of it at this time though. Forward on. Go out for some early hunting before sunrise, maybe. There are also a lot of aurochs, that's nice. Aurochs are fun to hunt. Speaking of hunting, I also have not paid too much attention to the level of things, as I mean, I've obviously done very little. Basically what, if you saw my video yesterday, basically what I did in that video is all I have done here, so I have done very little, and I feel like I should have had a better plan for traveling, but honestly, as we're going here, you all see me just going down south here because it's very interesting. I am intending perhaps going to Breland and seeing how Andrast, is that what it's called? I think it's called Andra. It's now called Southgard Ruins, but how Andrath, yeah, how that connection is in the game. Here's some very obviously fake looking map border. So this has a very sharp transition from what is in-game and accessible to what is not. It still feels pretty open beyond like south of here, but they do have it blocked. So it's something presumably a few years, few months, however long down the road that they add an update in this area and like expand out. Presumably there would eventually be connections here. In fact, that terrain almost looks traversable. It just looks slightly less steep. Okay, actually up close it's not. It's steeper than it initially looked. This also looks like iron, maybe? Does iron have that look? And? Wait, the gate's open? What? Why did I have the gate open if you can't actually travel there? So Cassie, for you, you had yourself set up with the LOTRO wiki guide for your champ around level 85. You had to get all the trait points in. Now you can ignore that. It's going to be so nice. It's also going to be nice for a lot of my characters, at least. I have scattered about level 120s. I don't know which all of them made it to the server. Probably not many, because I even had some level 105 to 120 characters with like 50 something trait points because they did absolutely none of the stuff, and that is when it was particularly rough for those types of characters. The patch is supposed to be November 8th. The patch will be with the expansion, as far as I know. LOTRO usually doesn't do what I would call what I would consider like typical pre-patches that other MMOs do. They did one for Gundabad. You could maybe consider update 33.2 a pre-patch like patch, but it's not really. They added new race class combinations, and it was like a pretty big update, but it wasn't, I don't think it was supposed to be specific for like before the shadow to get you kind of ready for it. Which is what I typically consider a pre-patch to be, like something to get you ready for the full expansion, class changes, all that sort of stuff. Before the shadow, we'll have numerous class changes, fixes, and that type of stuff, but it is going to be on like launch day of the mini expansion. These are really nice red flowers, I do have to say. They had a very nice contrast to the green of the grass, and I just really like the color scheme going on here. But I think at this point, we've explored this area. I wouldn't quite say enough, but we have explored this area a little bit. And we will go, you know what, I have a whole bunch of mithril coins here. I don't have to worry about trying to find my own port skills and all that sort of stuff. We can just go to Southbury for mithril coins, and then get to northern Cardolan, get to the new border, and see how that looks. I'm curious, do they have slow travels from here?
What do you need?
That would be nice. Let's just search Nope. I wonder if they intend to, because this is the beta, there could of course be changes, new things added throughout, but I wonder if they intend to have a slow travel from a place like Southbury to Cardolan, because they have that type of thing for Southbury to... Oh wow, new Lowlands map. The new Lowlands map really makes Agamar look kind of rough. Makes it look off, maybe, is a better way to put it as well. I'll get more into that. I was aware that they were doing a new Lowlands map, but I kind of forgot about it, so it came as a bit of a shock. Cat is being weird. So yeah, I just wanted to see down here at Southbury what things looked like. Oh yeah, so with slow travel to Forsaken Inn, it seems like it would make sense that Southbury would have a slow travel to Cardolan, but perhaps not. We'll have to see how it looks. I do also notice a milestone right here, but there does not appear to be a stable master, which is okay. There doesn't have to be a stable master. Southgard Ruins, the old Andrast, used to be called Andrast. Well, actually, it had like an Andrast, I think 2 Andrast type thing. I forget exactly what it said. So we still have the half-orc boss. He's just kind of like, what if somebody came up behind him from Cardolan? Not a very boss position from this angle. I wonder if the ruins were always like this in the back. I actually do not know. There are a whole bunch of higher level. That's actually kind of neat. So if you're here questing at level 15, and then you decide to, hey, I'll go a little bit further to Southern Andrath, as it's called on the minimap here, you run into the higher level mobs, which that type of level gap between areas, between borders like this is always exciting to me. Gives you a little bit of a hint at what's to come. I think, and a little bit of excitement. Like, I think I've talked about this before, but like if I were new to a game and questing in a level 15 area, then I see just beyond that camp there's level 25 mobs. I'm like, it makes me excited, interested to go there in the future. You can also just run up here. I believe this used to be a sort of jumping puzzle type thing. Like there technically was a way up here before. I forget exactly the way, but now it's very easy to access. I think that was this place. Perhaps I'm thinking of something else though. So if we continue east here, maybe it was this? I actually don't know. Maybe I'm just totally mixed up on more than one thing even, because that looks, I don't remember seeing something like that. Yet it still looks vaguely familiar. It's probably because there are so many different things in LOTRO, I just get things mixed up. Sandy Creepfast, you... Oh, was that maybe to the Stable Master you think there is one? Like a slow travel option down there? Also, I can turn validity names off. The other thing I'm curious about is both the Barrow Downs and Old Forest connection. So Barrow Downs, if we go to the Breland map, South Barrow Downs here, it kind of ends, it has a little bit of landscape than the forest south of it. A little bit of topography, I mean. Terrain. I think that's the word I was looking for. But anyway, it has that, and then it looks like if you continue even south of that, it's kind of hard to tell on these maps, to be honest. It goes to a little bit Barrow Downs type area, but also forest mixed. So this is really interesting. I don't think we are getting hairstyles or face updates in this update. I believe for Race of Man, at least, those are expected to come next year, perhaps. I'm not even sure if that's necessarily a guarantee at this point. Okay. Perils of Cardolan. I assume that's a discovery deed. Let's check it out though. See if there's... Oh, actually I have multiple deeds. So they do have Virtue XP, LOTRO points, the usual stuff. There is going to be reputation with Dunedain of Cardolan. I wonder if Swanfleet has its own type of reputation and the such. That would be nice if they have 2 new rep factions. Sarkborn. So I'm just kind of seeing how far up I can travel. So we're in the southern Old Forest now is what it calls it. Let's go to the Breland map to Old Forest map. I'm still not on the Old Forest map. I'm also not on any of the Barrow Downs maps. I wonder if one of those like plug-in terrain map things would give it, probably would give better positional information. I have no idea what I did to get here, to be honest. I just kind of did a little bit of a glitchy move. There's a... Wait. Okay, I think this is actually a place you are intended to go. The question is, am I still in... I'm in the Breland map now. I'm still quite a ways away from Old Forest, I think. Well, not all that far away. I'm more east than anything, though. There are no mobs here. Oh, spoke too soon. There are mobs here. This definitely looks like an intended area. Rick, thank you for checking in on this. Hope you do enjoy the stream and what we are seeing here. Level 29 signature Huorn. I don't know what happened for me to do the whole glitchy part. I'm guessing that was not necessarily an intended way to get here, but clearly this is an location you're intended to be able to go to. Let's see, how are we in relation to Barrow Downs now? We're pretty close. We're actually southeast of the Barrow Downs. So this is kind of a drop off from the southern end of Barrow Downs. I'm mainly wondering if there will be a connection at this point, just a connection to any of the... Huh. Antique vase. That looks like Barrow Downs. It looks like you could jump from Barrow Downs to down here. I don't know if you can go the other way. And that would... Oh yeah, you can go the other way. These are our familiar Barrow Downs fellows. I was gonna say it'd be really awkward if you're like a level 20 and then you're like, oh, I can jump down here to a new area. Then you're thrown into the level 30-ish mobs, upper 20s in there, but then there's no way back up. So they actually have this pretty open. This is Southern Barrow Downs as we know it, the live game world area. And then they've deforested a little bit here and perhaps changed the terrain around a little bit. And wait, there's an angry bear this far. And the angry bears and Huorns extend a little bit farther south, it looks like. And we still have level 20s. Okay. I wonder if they should update the Barrow Downs maps with this update. Okay, so here we are. There's a little border between the two regions right here. So we have level 20 Barrow Crawler. And we have a level 1 Ribbon Snake, but then there's a level 28 Barrow Candle. And here we are, I believe this would be closer, still level 21 Angry Bear, but I believe where we are right now would be closer to Old Forest territory. Oh, whoa. That was a bit skippy. Hey, somebody else is here. This would be quite spooky place for level 20 something. Is this new? I don't remember this in the Old Forest. This, yeah, it looks like it's a little bit southeast of what we have in the live client. It does not really matter what order you put your chosen virtue traits as far as like the stats they give, but for example, I don't have a great example on this character with us, but if I were capped on loyalty and I had loyalty as selected earning, the next virtue that is put up is going to be the one that gets the leftover virtue XP. So if I am again capped on loyalty, I get some source of virtue XP. This is the beta, so let me go ahead and use this. We'll use perhaps this guy. You will see that I will get the extra virtue XP in order of Valor or Wit. Valor, not Valor or Wit. It would be Valor, then Wit, then Confidence, then Determination. That should be the order. Let's test this out here. Okay, so that was the order. I capped out loyalty, then it went to Valor. If I use another one, it will go to Valor, then Wit, and then Wit, then Confidence. And now that Determination is the only one left, it goes in your next highest virtue level, which was Fortitude at that point. Wait, was it? I'm actually not entirely sure why it was Fortitude. I forget there's some... I actually got a lot on Fortitude. Does it go to lowest instead of highest? I don't know that Fortitude was my lowest is the problem. Let me just see if I click 70,000. It went to Mercy. Okay, so let's see. I would expect maybe Empathy or Compassion? No, Patience is level 2. Yeah, so it goes to your lowest level virtue. Interesting. I actually thought it was your highest level, or I thought it was an order here. I don't know. But yeah, I originally thought that it was actually going to be Charity in that case, when it goes to your lowest. That's kind of neat. Armor sets for a level 70 Warden. I don't know if I have any specific armor sets to recommend. Crafted sets can be a little bit tough to get, but they're still not bad at that point. And then you have the classic vendor for level 65 and 75 at the skirmish camp, or I know level 75 there's various barters for medallions and marks. Those could be good options to check at Galtrav specifically. So this is the Old Forest as we know it, and it looks like they just added, I believe the rocks would have continued across this, and they basically added a path that you can get up and go to Cardolan now. So it seems to be connected, like the implementation seems to be pretty open between the old areas and the new area. This also, I think, continues basically the old forest style that we all know and love, which I consider a good thing. I mean, it makes the transition smoother. You just start to run into higher level creatures here. Old Forest Part 2. Exciting. So if the zones are level 1 to 32, presumably, at some point we would find level 32 mobs. There's not much land for that to still happen, but we will see. Water is low, so you can stay on your horse. I wonder if you mean this water. Oh, not that water. See, I wonder if it's more exciting to continue in the old forest. I kind of want to see what's going on there, just based on the map. And then go down the river, yeah, see what the river looks like. If we can even see the river with these giant... I don't know if I'd quite call those mountains. I don't know, do we have any terrain? Like, is there any terrain that looks like this in LOTRO and other places? This is, I'm trying to think what it's called. Oh, this is that area on the map. I'm guessing there's no way around this. They really bordered this area up, so you don't even get to see the river. And what is presumably eventually going to be South Farthing. Also, the sky here looks really weird. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's like the Gondor skybox with the effects of the Old Forest and Barrow Downs going on. There's an arch. They have to tease us with some ruins. I'd be really interested to see this in other places. I know other games have used that type of rock formation, which I am not remembering the name of. Oh, you actually can't get up here. Oops. Never mind. Ixnay all that I said about not being able to get west here. But it's really pretty. I've seen other games use this type of formation in deserts a lot. So, I mean, I don't know if Harad would look like this, that type of desert, but Harad. I also wonder if perhaps, well, Nirn would be a vegetated land as far as I know. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, Nirn would be vegetated land. Perhaps, I don't know if parts of Rune are desert-like, but they could maybe be more conducive of an area for this type of desert rock formation. I wonder if that would be sandstone that I'm thinking of. So here is where we were trying to get up when I was like, hey, you can't get up here. They really blocked it off. I do want to still go west, though. We gotta see what the Brandywine River looks like from here. Oh, that's a big spider. Wait, this one's a rare mob. I wonder how rare. Agarbath. Oh, if only the blades of grass weren't in the way. Alright, one javelin to the face. Nirn has some marshes as well. What do we get? Oh, we actually got a starts quest. See, I said I would not intentionally be doing quests. This is an unintentional quest item. Ronaru. I have not watched Strings of Power yet. I really do intend to eventually get to watching it. Things will be a little bit less busy for me at the... See, I don't want to say end of this week because that's like in 2 days. Perhaps by middle-ish of next week. things will hopefully be less busy for me and I'll have time to sit down and watch. So that, I believe, is supposed to be what could eventually, not like imminently, but eventually become South Farthing. There is the Shire, maybe. I actually don't know if we're that close to where that would be the Shire, but it looks like the Shire. Either way, this is what we have for the far western reaches of the Old Forest. I can actually go outside here and go to the river, which is nice. I do like that freedom with exploration. I think Standing Stone Games has learned that players would like to go everywhere and have things open and be free to explore the lands. So it seems to me, based on recent updates, that they have made like zones and landscape design intentionally with that in mind. Still there's actually mobs here. That's a little bit of a surprise. I feel like we're getting kind of on the fringes of society, but we have Cedric here. I don't think Cedric is how you actually say that name on second thought. Kedrach? Kedrach? Cedrach? I don't know. There's also a little wharf. Is that what a wharf is? WHARF. Can we even go there? Oh, there's somebody here. Are they following me? Or am I following them? Can we even swim all the way up there? Also, does that place have a boat travel? If I remember correctly, there was something about a boat travel in Old Forest at some point. This would be... Oh, is that when you do the... we can check this out, but that might be when you do the Wool of the Willow. Maybe. I'd have to rerun Wool of the Willow to confirm that. But yes, you can actually swim all the way up here, which is kind of fascinating. There's a sunken boat. Seems like it'd be a nice place to go fishing, huh? Fish in the Brown River. Seems all nice, bright, and happy here. Like, this seems like a forest, yeah. It's got a nice clear path. Yes, this is the Wool of the Willow. I wonder if you are able to travel here before. As far as I know, you were not able to, but it's entirely possible that there are some ways around that you could actually get here. It's pretty neat. Even if this was here before, it's pretty neat. So Shayo, you were wondering any opinions or recommendations for above question? Well, I missed the above question. Let's just try to find that as I swim here. Yeah, that'll be a good time. We'll just have a nice little swimming adventure in these plants. So you were wondering, DPS has Dwarf Guardian with Sword and Board for aesthetics. It would not be optimal, but you definitely could. Now, Yellow Line is a tank spec, so if you were running group content in the Yellow Line, you would pull a lot more aggro because it is a tank spec. You'd also have more defensive options, but Red Line would be the DPS spec for that. For just plain old solo leveling, or even group, you could go with the Yellow Line and perhaps get some more AoE DPS, but they really nerfed Flash of Light, so it's not as good as it used to be, and perhaps even in large AoE situations, Red Line can be better, but I have not played much with it since the update, and since the nerf really. I'm also going to move my War Steed to Shift M, since we are not in good to bad anymore. That is why I keep using my goat instead of my Horse Steed, if anybody is wondering. Okay, so we've explored the Old Forest, and New Old Forest, Southern Old Forest, pretty decently. I still wouldn't quite say thoroughly. We can do that when we actually go here for questing and presumably spend quite a while doing quests here and getting lost. It's all the fun with the old forest is getting lost. I honestly really do think so. I was not meant to be sarcastic. There's a lot of different colored grasses and plants and flowers, just foliage here. It's kind of odd, but looks good to me. Oh. Alright, we're finally crossing this little stream. Is it just me, or is that water look funky? Okay, I think it just looks funky. Is it necessarily funky? Looks like it's traveling uphill, but then like rapidly going downhill. For how rapid it looks like the water's moving. Because it looks like it's going uphill like right at this transition. It's running into something that's blocking it flowing this way, but it looks like it's actually going uphill for a little bit, which is odd. Pavel, you were wondering if the level cap is still 140, and yes, indeed, it still is. It is expected to be increased, presumably to level 150, and the expansion that will come at the end of next year, probably around the same time as, well, all of LOTRO's fall mini expansions or expansions, which is around the time before the Shadow will launch on November 8th. I've always found Axis fun, even not playing a dwarf. So, Shaw, EO? Yeah, that sounds like a decent plan to me if you prefer Race of Man over dwarf for that character. KJ Freshly, yes, I am doing well. I am very happy that it is finally somewhat cool enough to not have to run my AC. I think I've been like 2 days without running the AC. It's been nice. Planning on level squish? I don't know about not planning a level squish ever, but it sounds like they're seriously considering it at the moment. Okay, so we're basically back where we were, except a little bit north. And perhaps even west. I don't remember if we made it to the river, to be honest. And something you all might have seen in my video yesterday is the view to the left. So first, let's take the view to the right. I think my character will stop moving here. I'm actually not entirely familiar with what those ruins are. Perhaps they're just... Oh yeah, we never did actually get to the Barrow Downs looking area. I just skipped straight over here. Maybe those ruins looking things are... maybe that's Dol Ernil. That would be my guess, Dol Ernil, we'll see. But the view I was talking about was... Let's get all this stuff out of the way. Over here. Which just looks nice, vast, and open. That's what I like about this view. There we go, this is a good spot. Gotta get my screenshots. I also, did I mention this in... Yeah, I think I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but either way, I really like the Gondor skyboxes. Skybox, rather, that they have here. It's just a very appealing skybox that has been relatively limited in the locations that it's used. So having that in an Eriador area is very nice to me. I don't know how far I can go. I also have not actually tested just traveling west. You guys know we always have to go to like the far border if possible. Also, did we went there, but I didn't pay any attention to the NPCs. If we go back there, I'll make sure to pay better attention. I'm guessing an invisible wall is going to be coming at the long grass pretty soon. Hey, we actually got to walking though, but yeah, invisible wall. Now I'm wondering how far south we can go. A lot of willow trees. There's probably not all too much notable on the landscape here. It's presumably all unfinished. But going this extreme distance off could perhaps let us see interesting things, maybe. I do see some oddly empty areas. There's actually trees off in the distance though. There are so many things, by the way, to get to in this beta. I was hoping to start it earlier, but this is one of the, even more so than Gundabat, I think there's just a lot more to check out, which is, are those ruins or is those mountaintops? Those are rocky landscape, I believe. Yeah, rocky landscape right there. We're able to travel really far here. I, did not expect that you could cross this river. I don't know if Ruddymore ever ends. I know this is not the most exciting, but to me it's still a little bit interesting to eventually see what all we can see really. And eventually get to the end, maybe? Oh yeah, that's very much so. There's absolutely nothing on that distant landscape. I don't know if it's something they intend to change or not, but you can tell that is nothing. It's kind of like Yondershire, back when we had that really distant view with Yondershire, I think in one of the early betas or even before it came to beta. You could kind of see what looked like unfinished landscape like that. Can't even tell if my character's swimming. This seems like a wide river, but rivers are supposed to be wide. Not all of them, of course, but unique rivers are unique. Cat has awoken. Okay. I have not been playing since 2007, Robert. I've been playing since 2010-ish, I want to say. If Mirkwood was 2009, then probably 2010. I played a little bit before the free-to-play update. I think I had just missed the cutoff for the anniversary, so I think I started in May or June of whatever year that was. Yeah, there's definitely enough content in the game. I think a level squish could overall be beneficial for LOTRO, but there's a lot of concerns with how it would be implemented and just how well it would go and how well it would be received by the players. Okay, so we're basically back where we left off, way over here. There's a tower right there that I did not go to before. In fact, oh yeah, we went, okay. I don't remember going to the river, but we definitely went through the ends of the zone where there's a sharp border. So what I'm thinking is I'll just ride in this nice landscape up to the barrows and then go actually take the road down there. The cat's about to knock the camera over. Cat wants to destroy the cat cam for some reason. But anyway, continue northeast and then yeah, go perhaps a more intended, I don't know, path, just the Greenway Road there. And hey, we're still traveling. I didn't run into anything the whole time. A lot of Aurochs. That's a funky looking ruin, at least funky colors. Makes me think evil, but maybe it's windows. Yeah, those look like they were like glass. That looks like a house. Or ruins? At first it looked like a house. I guess we'll eventually see, but it's in the Barrow Downs dead area. Okay, I think I don't know if you can travel around the mountain. Like if you can climb up, it almost looks like there's a path right there for you to climb up. But I think I will probably go around and maybe we can hit this little lake on the way. It's a constant war between me and the cat trying to position the microphone. She just wants to bump it, and I have to always move it back. And yeah, as Harvey said, I think as much as I would love a level squish, I think there are some things that should be higher priority for Standing Stone games. One of them, at least used to be, fixing the class trait point system. I do wonder, though, if they have any intentions for class deeds in the future, because as much as certain class deeds were annoying, it was kind of a nice achievement system for the class. I would love to see that expanded, but one thing, an interesting comment they made somewhat recently is that the class deeds actually contributed, I don't know, but how much, but a sizable portion, it sounds like, to some of the lag in the game, and they're considering, like, I think as a potential option, getting rid of it if, like, they can't come up with another solution. It sounds like, if I remember correctly, at least. So that would be interesting. If they did have to get rid of it. But I would... I totally forgot. I would something. Oh, that's not even Dollar, no. Maybe that was Dollar, no, that's what I was looking at earlier. Oh, here's another rare mob. Rare elite. Wonder how he likes javelin in his bones. But yeah, there is that one sad element, I suppose, of the change of class trait points from that, is it feels like the class deeds have a little bit less achievement to them. So I wonder if they intend to add anything to class deeds, or if there is... Yeah, it just doesn't even say rewards like class trait point anymore. Promotion points, 0 reward. So yeah, I wonder about that, but I also wonder if they are doing this as a step to remove class deeds. So first they removed the class trait points, one of the things that depended on the class deeds, and then maybe they are intending to get rid of class deeds. Oh, this is also a pretty neat land cover. These are definitely different ruins. Oh, moss. I don't remember moss-covered ruins like this much in LOTRO, but here it's clearly visible that these have a whole lot of moss on them, which basically tells you that they're old. Surprised all the, at least to me, unique-looking stuff in this update. Especially considering we're like a border area to Barrow Downs, but this looks like it has its own character, own look, own everything. I just have to wonder what that is sticking out of the ground. Looks like a horn. Like an animal horn. I also wonder where the 6-man dungeon's going to be. It seems like Barrow Downs would be... Barrow Downs. The new Barrow Downs, the southern South Barrow Downs. No. Let's see, if they do southern Old Forest, or did they do South Old Forest? They did South Old Forest, so this would be like South Barrow Downs, whereas North Barrow Downs has Northern Barrow Downs and Southern Barrow Downs. Very confusing, but this is kind of like the South Barrow Downs. It seems like this would be, I don't want to say obvious, but we'll go with obvious choice just based on what's here. It's a very evil type enemy, but at the same time, we already have the Great Barrow, so it doesn't seem too likely that they would do this. Which I would also probably prefer something other than Barrow Downs version 2. Yeah, I think, well, they do have gear rewards for class quests, but I think perhaps gear rewards, something like that for class deeds could be interesting. But one of the problems is they'd have to have a scale to your level, and I think there could always be concerns that it'd be either too OP for level cap, or if you get it at high level, it's just too useless. Hey, treasure cache. Those exist. Also, somebody asked about a spoiler-free video of impressions. Let's see, pretty much all of my, like, whenever I do an impressions video or review video, if I get to one of those for this update, will eventually be, for the most part, spoiler-free. And if not, I will give indication of where the spoilers are. Obviously, there will be landscape visual spoilers. Like, that's basically the entirety of this and how the systems work. But if any story-based content or quest content, I am not doing any of that today. So this should all be, as far as that goes, spoiler-free. Oh, you actually got 2 100 virtue XPs from that. I actually like that. 200 is not a lot for a single treasure cache. Of course, it adds up when you get the treasure cache D done. You get 1,000 virtue XP, but I think that's a bit nice. I think it could be a little bit more, but maybe that's just me being greedy. And yes, you can have 10 quests on the quest tracker. Don't know what that was. Which, yeah, this is what I want to look at. So there are actually only 8 colors in the quest guide on the map. So you're going to have some overlapping colors unless they add more and change that. And hello, cat. Can't even see the microphone now. If I could actually place the microphone where it would be out of view, then it'd one be out of my way. That'd actually be a good thing, but I would. Anyway, we got places to be. Where? I don't actually exactly know. Oh yeah, so we'll just check the path from Andrath. I'm also curious, Gorn, Orcal, and then the Bree housing neighborhood. They look very close to each other. Favorite feature of the new update, Joe, is the revamped clash trait points. That was an easy question. All these people ask me tough questions. Such as Robert, whose question I missed. He was wondering about a server to play on East Coast USA. So I play on Landreval, but I wouldn't necessarily immediately recommend that server. It's a great server and all. Decently populated, but if you're looking for a more populated server, Arkenstone would be a better bet. I also don't know too much about the other servers for other recommendations, so those are the two. Landfall's a little bit more roleplay oriented if you're interested in that as well, but it's not like a requirement. And yeah, those are probably, again, the two I'm most familiar with to even have any recommendations about. Or the waterfall. So yeah, we'll go, I think, to, is that Gond? Gond or Cal? I think that's a D. The cat is tapping on the keyboard. Glad you think the cat is beautiful. She sure thinks so too. Yeah, we already covered favorite feature of the update. Otherwise, I'm excited for the delvings. We'll eventually get to that, but I really do like that change to the clash trait points. Trait trees do look the same, yes. There have, of course, been some class updates. I haven't dove into all of them. I think Burglar had some somewhat interesting things. To me, not necessarily all were great things, but I don't really play Burglar all that much. It's our level 20. Okay. The level progression from just exploring the landscape seems a little bit odd, but I'm not obviously not questing through here, so that's a very odd experience for the level progression. Also thought these zones were intended to be level 1 to 32, but it very much so seems like level 1 to 30 to me so far. So I believe the Bree housing neighborhood is supposed to be like right there, which is a little bit odd that you can get so close to it. They're also really close to some Barrow Whites, which I guess they're kind of close to the Barrow Downs anyway. You even have half-orc bandits right outside your neighborhood, guys. Might want to set up some property guards. Oh, I thought when I got dismounted, the little flash of the mount made me think I died. There's cat number 2. Not that she's ranked number 2. She is significantly less annoying than Piper here. There she is. Hold up. We got some cat distractions going on here. Oh no, she's jumping away. Never mind. Now that I got the camera ready. So where are we? Oh, where'd LOTRO go? This isn't good. Oops. I think I broke OBS, guys. This isn't good. Let me just totally add LOTRO. I've never actually had this issue before. We'll just add LOTRO. Oh, maybe I need to restart the game? I only have one LOTRO running. Okay. Technical difficulties. I have a cat to watch. Yeah, Piper's still the one there. So just to be clear, the game actually was not black. Like, this is what OBS looks like for y'all. It's black, and then you have me there. This, I actually don't know. That's usually broken, so I won't go to it. But yeah, the game was working for me the whole time. OBS just wasn't working. So let's go back to Louis, and let's take that off, and there we go. Riff Magos, thank you for the $5 super chat. I do appreciate that. And you're definitely sharing some love on payday. So yeah, thank you for helping support the content moving forward and keeping things going with this channel. If I remember correctly, you are also a channel member, so also appreciate that. Here, I think we're back. Audio working. All that good stuff. It's a miracle. These are some pretty big hills here. I wonder if you could consider them mountains. Also, there's a barrel iron deposit just sticking out of the ground there. Wow. The Midgewater Marshes. The Lonelands. The Downs Links. The Cardolan, the Swanfleet. I can see everything from here. Actually, I think up there we can see even more, so not quite everything. That's a very neat looking channel for the river. Yep, Weathertop right there. It is a new angle for Weathertop, I believe. So we could go all the way. Yeah, why don't we see the connection from the lowland side? It also looks like there's a ramp. Nice quality of life ramp to get up from there. Also heard a noise. I don't know what the noise was, though. Like a notification noise. Oh well, doesn't matter. But yeah, the distant landscape, just new view there. Definitely looks great. So this is Midgewater Marshes. I forget exactly what this looked like before, but obviously it did not look like this. I think that much I can say with pretty decent certainty. Yes, this is just beta. The update will be released November 8th, pending any setbacks. But this is basically pretty open. I mean, we're at the lowlands, essentially. This is pretty open from the zone. Well, this part, I actually don't know if we could travel up that, but we can see the road. I just want to go to the top of this hill, to be honest. Okay, there we go. You can see the road, so that's the road from Lonelands. Let's go back to Lonelands. I don't believe those ruins are new. I just believe that's a new connection, maybe. They open things up a little bit, which would make sense. Also, is it just me or is the terrain map different between these two? No, actually, I don't think it's different. Oh yeah, and there's Weathertop again. Just another neat angle of it. And you get to see it with the nice blue. Like, this is Lowlands with a nice blue sky, not the kind of, if I remember correctly, they have a pretty orangey savanna sky, like, throughout the entire zone, maybe? I actually don't remember. So at this point, we still have mid-20s, low to mid-20s, as far as mob levels. This actually fits in really well with Lonelands. Flashing graphics, that could be partially due to beta. That does occasionally happen with the live client, but not all that much. So yeah, it's that type of stuff I just generally expect in the beta, so I didn't even pay much attention to it, to be honest. Oh yeah, weren't we supposed to go like right there? I forget. Oh yeah, we were supposed to go right there. Oh, yeah, I don't think that'd be all too interesting compared to what we have here. We do got Blogmole. I don't know what that bridge is, but we'll eventually get there. This area looks quite nice. Caranos, that's right. So I think that is our next objective, is it? So what I'm thinking is, do we want to go north or south first? I think I'll go north first. We're already north, might as well continue going north, and we can go to Caranos later and kind of do a little S, backwards S shape. No, a regular S shaped, just a widened S. Wait. Yeah, I was right the first time, a backwards S. Do you like the cat cam, Dave? And the cat just cleaning her rear a little bit. Oops. Now she's gonna expect me to pet her. There we go. I wish I was running a 13900K and 4090. That would be nice, but I am not. My electricity, that totally ruined it. But my electricity bill is happy that I'm not. Let's see. There's so many interesting areas to go. Eventually we'll get to most of it, but as far as exploring the landscape, yeah, that's something I can do a lot more later. As in, like, when the update comes out and I actually quest through here, but for our little sneak peek of the landscape, pretty thorough sneak peek, we'll see what we can get here. So I think I will go, like, the border to Lonelands here. Is this just Lonelands? An in-loss. Yeah, this is basically Lonelands now. That's an interesting transition. Oh yeah, I was supposed to talk about the Lowlands map. So one of the reasons I don't like this new map style, while actually a lot of Lowlands, I will admit, looks fairly decent on this new map, Agamar just looks so funky and out of place. It just looks off to me. I don't think it's just because of the blood pools, but yeah, just kind of looks off. Is that... Whoa. Is it just me or are those ruins floating? Like, pretty badly. So was this bridge here before? Yes, this bridge was here before, but I'm curious why these ruins are floating. Maybe they were always like this. I just maybe haven't seen them from that angle before. Oh yeah, no, they weren't intended to be floating. That was definitely a new thing. Yeah, the maps are a little bit better for navigation, but I'm still not a fan of them. Here's dark, creepy, evil weather. Hello, Bella. So yeah, that's the connection to Lowlands right there. Yeah, they did update the injury. So you have minus 30% run speed, and they don't last all that long. Yeah, one thing I actually liked with the old maps was the struggles of getting around. Sometimes it was fun trying to navigate with the old map. There's some immersion factor from that I actually do miss, to be honest. This also is like fairly wide open. I really like this landscape. We're still in Cardolan. Wow, this is like, I knew this was a huge area, but I was thinking that we were in like Swanfleet at this point maybe, but no, we're still in Cardolan. Cardolan does seem to be the larger of the two zones. Seems to be. There's a lot in South Swanfleet too. Okay, we're gonna have to step on the gas a little bit. I need a faster war speed just for this beta. Should Standing Stone Games give us like a 30 meter per sec... My mouth would work today. 30 meter per second ore speed in the Isengard Tavern? There's marshy lands. I got a lot of these rocks, boulders that look very much so like iron, but you cannot mine them. Perhaps this is a little bit of a taste of Swanfleet, but in... Oh no, that's Lowlands. I did not even make that connection that this is Harlog. Oops. We're not supposed to be exploring the Lowlands. Yeah, I'm excited when that update comes out to make new characters and level here. Okay, so this is, while wasn't intending to actually go too much into Lowlands, least of which Harlog. Talk about navigation issues. Can we get up? I don't think we can. Okay, we're just gonna have to go this way. Unless the worsty can make this jump, might as well keep trying things that don't work. Oh, there was an opening there. Am I blind or what? Oh yeah, I could actually look at the map, I think, and tell where to go now. Not that it's that hard to begin with. But yes, we'll take this opportunity to see what you can do from Harlog, if you can get up into the new region or not. Here's the spooky evil necromancer sky again. Well, we're in the South Downs of Cardolan. We are making it up okay. It is traversable. Although we still have the environment from Harlog. There we go. Much more pretty and bright. Oh. I am curious at this point if I can get up here. A lot of these mountains you can actually get up. Maybe? Maybe? Hey, we made it. See, I think that is a higher point. You can also see funky floating things way off in the distance. Alright, what we got here? We got the Angle of Mythathel. Y'all remember that zone, right? We got stuff. That might still actually be Angle of Mythathel. We got Lonelands, Haralog. We got Weathertop, I think. Looks like a volcano from here. Like a very idealized volcano. There's some ruins. Do we want to explore those ruins? Pod near you. Maybe we'll save those ones for another day. I'll keep going on my path. Where? I don't know. Because I was planning on kind of turning around when we got to the Angle of Mythathel border and then doing an S shape. Going through like the farmlands on the way back and then go through the marshes there and then go to Swanfleet, but it is getting late. At least I guess tomorrow is Friday and I don't have any obligations early in the morning as far as like staying up late, but I'm a little bit low on energy today, and all the excitement from this is definitely taking energy out. It's adding energy too, so we'll see. There, I think, is some original map left. Let's see, Evendom? Okay, Evendom still has the same map, North Downs. Trollshaws does not, of course. Misty Mountain still has the same map. I wonder when they'll do North Downs, Evendom, Forrikel. Maybe they'll add an area between Evendom and Irithoen. That's not Yondershire. And do like Forrikel and Evendom then. And then maybe... I don't know, they've been doing a lot of PvMP updates. They could do Attenmore's map and then be like, hey, we'll do the bordering ones. North Downs, Ingmar, Misty Mountains, there you go. Wait, Eregion has a new map. I didn't even look at this one. I love Eregion so much, that's kind of sad, but I will say, of all the new maps, all the new style maps, this one looks pretty great. Like, you all probably know I like the old map, kind of the hand-drawn type look of the old maps. And these ones are just plain old satellite style view of the land cover and all that, but this one does not look too bad. Enidwaith? Ugh, Enidwaith is ugly, to be honest. It's not really bad, but it's just kind of ugly looking. This, I just don't like this one too much. Like, the Eregion one looks significantly better in the new style compared to Enidwaith. I think this is a good example of one that doesn't look great. Okay, Dunland, we still have that. I actually really like the style of the map in Dunland. To me, this is about, like, the peak map look in the game, map style. Dunland, Rohan, they updated the Rohan maps, didn't they? Oh, no, they didn't. They just updated the zoomed out version. But yes, I like the Rohan maps as well. East Rohan, even West Rohan isn't too bad. It's not quite like the full satellite, but it's a little bit more detailed than the much older style maps. I like that one. Gondor, Western Gondor, this map is good, but then when you zoom in, it's the less great one to me. And yeah, it does make sense that they want to have the maps be uniform style. I have seen people complain about the lack of consistency there, so it definitely makes sense. Oh, you can use mounted combat abilities here. I noticed I could not in Cardolan, except I'm still in Cardolan, but I can here. Half Orc Slayer. Something's doing 273 damage. Whatever that is quite embarrassing. Oh, the dot. Like, even the dot, I think, should one-shot these mobs be enough, but that is bad. Okay, there's, once again, Hingelamith Aethel. I don't think we can see Weathertop from here, and there is New Area, I think? Oh yeah, I was supposed to be heading west, wasn't I? Well, let's save that for later. I want to continue going to Swanfleet. I just saw the Regian map, and I'm like, I must go that way. I wonder how much this update will cut into my Naked Jordan. One of the things is I just did about, what was it, like 9-10 hours of gameplay on that character and 2 streams, so I wouldn't quite say I'm burnt out on the character, but I had my fill for a little bit of that, and I don't mind taking a little bit to get back to him, but I'll probably be ready to play him like this weekend, early next week or something like that, and yeah, he'll probably have a bit of a pause because I'm guessing when this actually comes out, I'll just level a new character through it. Okay. Oh no, this is Hingelamith Aethel. How far up on Hingelamith Aethel are we? Wait, we're not even on the map. We're actually below what this map shows. Okay, good. This is Western Eregion. Is that a Huorn? Level 13 Huorn? Is that the lowest level Huorn in the game now? No, I have at least seen. I don't know, for all I know, there's level like 5 Huorns at a lower level part of this zone. One thing that is, I guess, a little bit sad to me is that it is so low level. I've talked about this before in various video streams and the such, but I would have been really excited if this was like a more alternative level 50 to 60 area, especially something like Western Eregion, just because I love Eregion so much. I think low-level questing in general is less exciting than a little bit higher level, like high level, mid-level, whatever. Questing, I think, in general is more exciting because gameplay is more exciting at that point. Your characters have more abilities, you have more traits, you have a more well-built and just higher built character. So having Western Eregion, a connection, or almost extension of Eregion in a way, be such low level is perhaps not the most exciting just because of that element. Level 13 Uruk-hai, that's kind of funny as well. That said, it's visually a very interesting area. I am liking the looks of it. It's a little bit like a more hilly type, whatever this place is called, Holy Draw level 13. It's so comical seeing these fancy mobs be so low level though. It's a total shift though from Cardolan. Level 12 Huorn. That looked oh, there's water there. That's why it looks a little bit odd. Oh wow. How about this view? Yeah, questing I think does get a lot more fun around level 30-ish just because, as I mentioned, combat's a little bit more dynamic, I guess. You have more abilities, all that sort of stuff. It's quite vast. I think this would be a great place to be the sunset. I think the sunset would be in that general direction. The holly trees look like they have nice fall colored leaves, which I like. It is, of course, fall time right now. So there's that connection. That's just like coincidental for the time of year it is. Be neat if their leaves change dynamically with the season in real life. That would be Northern Hemisphere based, probably. But still. Sorry to the Southern Hemisphere folk. But that would be neat on the Huorns. I don't know, that I'd guess take too much work. So I believe that is Gwingris. If I had to guess, that's Gwingris. I'm not entirely sure though. That seems really close to Marobel. don't think that'd be Ekid because Walls of Moria is there-ish. I don't know actually, but perhaps there-ish. Maybe that's Ekid. That could be Ekid Eregion? What's the middle one called? Oh, I am staring at Ekid Eregion. Wow. Okay. So I think that is the one I'm seeing. The Marobal, and yeah, that'd be Gwingris. It's a very interesting perspective of the zone. Yep, I am enjoying my High Elf. It seems like High Elf is fitting. He is a High Elf now, right? Yeah, because Louisden is the elf. Louis is a High Elf. He was always a High Elf. He was just also used to be female. There's whatever that place is called, I think, unless that's a new area. No, that would be Caras Gelebren. That is a new area. No, I actually cannot tell. I think what I was specifically looking at was the Amirdine. But Caras Gelebren's somewhere thereabouts. That one's the Amirdine. That one I think is Caras Gelebren. Either way, we can get moving on. Kevin, did I ever thank you for the super chat? I don't think I did, but even if I did, I'll just thank you again. I really do appreciate that. I feel very bad if I did miss that, and I'm feeling like I missed it. So thank you for supporting the content moving forward, and I will try to keep it up. That helps with the energy as well, and actually does help me keep it up, so thank you for that. There's so much stuff going on in the game if I can even give myself an excuse, but if you're wondering why I could have or how I could have missed it, I think I mentally acknowledged it in my head, as I do sometimes actually do this with comments and then just totally forget to respond. So maybe some background there. And yeah, it's so weird that like this just seems like a fancy elf place that should be high level, but it's not. That's why it's so weird to me that it's like, hey, level 12 signature Heorns. Because why not? Ooh, pink glow. Gotta love that pink elf glow that we get here. Mixed with the Gondor skybox, it's actually interesting. I actually do think the pink glow, like the bloom that they have in game in areas like this, gives you a sense of elf safety, is kind of how I describe it. Like you're under the protection of the elves when you're here. Level 8 turtle? Are there lower level turtles? We're getting like a lot of creatures that I'm not used to being this low level. Avonks? I don't remember any Avonks this low level before. Sickle flies, there's plenty of those. They aren't interesting. Alright, so there's some elf stuff, but you know what we have down here? Another interesting set of things. So we extend Old Forest and Barrow Downs, which are interesting in their own way. Somebody was talking about being able to ride mounts in water, and I believe they were probably referring to this type of area, because I'm not getting knocked off my mount, which is nice for quality of life. But is it just me, or does that really look like friendly colored, a good side colored version of like Orthanc? Level 4 Kraben. I mean, I will say they are not the most physically... how am I trying to phrase this? I can't even think of the word right now. Menacing. Yes, they are not the most physically menacing creature, but still used to those also being higher level. I think I saw, what was it, like a level 6-ish signature Dunlending? And that's the exact other thing that I did not actually finish my thought on, is there are Dunlending. That's a whole nother theme in this region, which is exciting to me. I like that. Uruk-hai, level 5 Uruk-hai. Can you all believe that an Uruk-hai would be so weak that it's level 5? These must be the runts of the litter. The weakest of the weak, they get sent here to Swanfleet. Skill points level based in this beta, yes, they are. I have only 94 trait points compared to I used to have more, but a lot of my lower level characters have them. And now, of course, I don't need to do whatever other content, specific content to get them maxed up. So I might actually do a little bit of... I bet I could encourage my friend to give me a little bit of XP boosting in instance, because you also get nice reward track XP, so it's kind of 2 for 1. Wait, I thought that was a character the way he was running. Oh yeah, I forgot the thumbnail for the stream was one of the Dunlanding guys. I don't remember who. It was... I don't know if it was him. That's a Runekeeper trainer? Really? That guy's like... So presumably, if you are a Runekeeper trainer, you must be a Runekeeper. I just don't know if I can believe that he's a Runekeeper. Do y'all think he's a Runekeeper? Like, I don't mean to judge somebody by their physical appearance and what they wear, but he just does not look like a Runekeeper to me. Well, I will wait. Hopefully people in chat will comment on that. In the meantime, here's a Master of Apprentices. This must be like the starter camp. Honestly, it makes me think of the Tauren Zone and WoW. It just kind of has a similar vibe to it. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with me as well, Bella. I can't take, like, not just Dunlanding. I'm not discriminating against the Dunlanding, but any human Runekeeper seems a bit off to me. Missions? In the intro area? I think missions are level 20 plus still, but yeah. Also, the way these guys kind of move around, I just keep thinking they're players. Yeah, he's actually kind of running these spots. I know I'm all over the place here, but one thing I'd be really interested is if they have some more Dunlanding cosmetics. Also, oh, VIP rewards, nice. Can always use more of those.
Give me a moment of your time, friend. Hello there.
Install trainers. They have all the trainers. Burglar, Brawler. Class is not compatible. How sad. So yeah, we'll eventually get to testing the delving system today. I also intend to test the skirmish. Maybe it would be a good time to take a break and do that. Oh, there's quest. It's a quest to complete quests. Okay, we'll avoid all other spoilers. Wait, what level was it? Level 10, okay. I was just curious. Maybe this isn't the starter camp. I would guess that'd actually be to the south here, even further south, but don't 100% know. Although it would make sense if it's starter with the VIP rewards vendor being here. Unless they're just adding more of her around Middle-earth. Oh yeah, I forgot I actually have a mod in chat now to get those bots for me. It's just something I see it and do a few clicks, way too many. And there we go. Okay, so maybe we can do the delving system. Or the skirmish. What do we want our first taste of combat to be? And can I just barter for the highest tier delving thing? Oh, bag of silver coin, and then you can use those. Can I get any of the stuff in the Isengard Tavern? Or do they have any tab here? Oh well, let's ignore that. I want to see the armor, see what it looks like. Is this a unique cosmetic appearance? That's what I really care about. It looks familiar. It looks like I've seen this cosmetic set somewhere. It's also not... It's not bad. Maybe I haven't seen this. There are some details that are a little bit less familiar. It's not bad, but I really don't like the brown color, to be honest. Let's see what the heavy armor looks like. Oh yeah, this character can't even run delving because he's not level capped. Oops. Here's upgrades. Cloak, what the cloak looks like. Looks like a very unlegendary cloak, but I ain't a cloak person, so what do I know? Cosmetics seem to be entirely that. Okay. Let's check this guy. My spear. Glad you like my spear. I don't even know what I have cosmetically equipped for spear. So I actually do have the legendary spear equipped. Okay. Normal weapon art. Why does that look so weird? Oh, I have that. Wait. I think this outfit's a little bit messed up. We'll ignore that for now. Okay, see if the missions have anything interesting. Let's see, we have before the shadow missions. Alright, level 140. So we have boots, which, I mean, that's pretty decent itemization. I'm guessing it's actually item level 470, so it's a bit above 460. And obviously compared to my 428 boots, it's like magnitudes better. We also have jewelry. There's also something you all might have noticed. So somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but the way it works, I think, is and as far as I know, this is a new thing, but I have not paid all that much attention with Gundabad. But, oh, there's actually defensive stuff too. Or there's just an alternative set. I'm guessing the itemization isn't done. Or maybe the top one's defensive. Yeah, there's tactical mitigation. That's what I'm guessing it is, but we'll see how that stuff all changes. But something y'all might have noticed that I didn't actually go over in the beta video, but there's this funky looking essence slot right here, isn't there? So I believe the way that works is there's going to be specific necklace essences that go in those slots. Similarly, the cloak has a specific cloak essence slot. Can y'all even see this? Is my head blocking it? Okay. So here y'all can maybe actually see it, and that is the way I think it works. Like the cloak here has a cloak essence, so you need specifically a cloak essence. Maybe you can put a regular essence in it. I do not know. There is a way to find out though. Potentially, if I get enough stuff. We'll also go to the Isengard Tavern maybe. But to run the Delvings, you have to be on a level cap character. So what I'm going to do is go to a level cap character. Believe it or not, I do have those. Although maybe I should just boost Louis up. You can level boost in the Isengard Tavern. We're supposed to be transitioning my main warden from Louisden to Louis, so let's do that. We also have Dwarden. Dwarden's he's a distant cousin of Louisden, but neither of them know how that happened. It's very strange. But that's why they share the suffix "den," because they're distant cousins. I don't know if you all have any theories on how Dwarden and Louisden became cousins. Distant cousins again. But I think I'm going to sit. Yeah, I was going to say it feels a little bit warmer in here. It was 69 degrees inside when I started, and it's up to 71 already because I had to close my window. I still have one window open, but yep. And the windows here, they're a little bit old. They don't work all that well. Well, and the blinds don't work all that well. I can't actually raise them. Maybe Bella. All children of Iluvatar, if I'm even saying that right. Okay, so we need to go to my personally favorite tavern in the game, and we'll do a little bit of transportation shortcutting here. And I sat down, so it must be cat petting time, huh? Why else would I sit down? See. I feel like I have to adjust the microphone position because it was like way close to my face. Skip introduction. Alright, we'll ignore that. So, what you all will probably notice, how many trait points do I have? That's an important question. I have 94, so I can get 4 more. That means 1 for level 134, 2, 136, 3, 138, and then 4, level 140. Man, I wonder why I never visit the Isengard Tavern on the live servers. It seems like a very useful place. You can just like level up. Does this guy still have trait points? Can you actually get more trait points with this guy with the update? Nope. It actually does not give trait points. So they have hard locked limited it, which I think is a good thing. Yeah, actually, I like really do consider that to be a good thing. And that, oh, I thought that only took 1 trait point for a second. I was like, what? Okay, so compared to, this is per, oh, I also use that usually. Wait, didn't I? Oh, maybe. Well, oh yeah, so if I don't need finesse, that's a lot of finesse actually. I'm curious if I need any. Yeah, I probably could use that. Of course, my gear isn't up to par, but I'd probably transition if I were... Oh yeah, I forget I'm yellow spec'd anyway. But I would probably transition. One, if I were not running group content, I would not use hurry up with that. And it also depends what like other people are in your group. But then finesse, I would transition that into lasting mark. Sailment game up. Yeah, probably want to get that one, if I remember correctly. Anyway, we'll just put those 3 points there and go with that. LOTRO points, always nice to have those. So yeah, if y'all can ever make it to this tavern, you can just get LOTRO points. You can get mithril coins, 1,000 mithril coins. Just talk to that NPC a couple times. There's an armor vendor here for a whole bunch of different levels, I believe. Featured instance. Actually, is this updated? Level 105, okay. But yeah, there's somebody was asking about level 70 armor. There you go. Essences? I'm guessing that's level 130 essences. Probably. Oh, level 105 even. There are some Mithrin essences. Wait, I think if you click that guy, he falls. Bloody threshold. So I don't actually know if there's any level 140 stuff here. That's kind of why I'm wandering around a little bit aimlessly. This at the very least, this would have some started at level 140 gear, so maybe we can do that just to get this character a little bit outfitted. I'm going to do a nice bulk sell, maybe. Can this guy sell? Yeah, I'll just sell all this stuff, why not? So I don't want to spend all too much time going through the Isengard Tavern, but it's just always a fun place to be. All the stuff you can get. Hey, you can get junk carry-all. Wait. Is that an actual thing? Like, can you select that in the carry-all boxes, or is that item experience? Are these carry-alls that are actually choosable in the carry-all selection boxes? I don't remember item XP ones existing before. And the junk one. That one doesn't sound too familiar either. Oh well. Server recommendations for new players. So my 2 main servers I have experience with right now, at least, are Langefall and Arkenstone. I think both are good servers. Arkenstone's a little bit more populated. Langefall's a little bit less populated, have more role-playing options there. I've heard, as Kevin is saying in chat, a lot of people do like Gladden. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to try to give myself some gear. So one of these guys, I thought it was her, Dust. That one makes sense. Ashes of Gorgoroth. That's what that quest is called. We also have somebody representing Crick Hollow in chat. So far I am 0 and chat is 1 for Gladden and 1 for Crick Hollow. Nobody commenting on the servers I had, at least. Legendary item store. Okay. Okay, let's actually do something. I'll just get, again, for really quick and easy gear, I'll just get a bunch of medium armor. Maybe we want adventurers, medium armor, and gear. I don't even know if I'll bother getting everything, but there's a bunch. Too many requests slow down, so I'll start opening them. We'll just go with everything from the top. How about that? We'll just go top down. And then eventually run the delving. I will barter for essence boxes in the meantime, but I really don't want to spend the time going through those if I don't have to, at least for this video. The stream will be a video eventually. What was that, pants? No, that was gloves. Boots. And cloak. What are other things? Again, I'm not familiar with what they have, if they even have anything specific for level 140. Like, I don't think this guy would have anything for 140. Lansu has, oh, Agronate skip, okay. Oh, you can set your difficulty. Oh, that's still armor. Jewelry. I don't know, I'll just vary it up and go once again top bottom. I know you could definitely make more optimized decisions than that, but we'll just be lazy about it. Map maker, I do want to map to the Isengard Tavern so we can get here quicker. Didn't need that many. Oops, I thought they would stack actually. Okay, the crafting hall, I believe, has some stuff as well, but I just want to make sure. Oh, good to bad instance gear. There we are. Okay. If I had floating names, well, floating names gives us a whole lot of stuff, but oh well. If I had floating names, I might have seen it. But again, floating names is all cluttered. We'll just get all these. I don't know, is there any tier 5? Oh, I don't even have enough stuff for that. Yeah, I won't bother with that. That's going to take too long. So I believe we're down to second bracelet. And I don't know legendary item wise. I actually have no idea what the deal is with this character's tracery, so I'll check that out real quick as well. Try to be quick about it. Those are 2 crafting guys. Presumably they still have the tracery full cure. Yeah, so they actually made some changes to traceries, I believe. Not maybe even 2 traceries specifically, but rather... Oh, I did 1 earring. Okay, so 1 pocket item. I actually don't know if this is jewelry. No, that's all essence. That's okay. Actually don't know if this is any good stats. Definitely low on the vitality, but it's not actually horrible for the level. I'm just going to replace everything, assuming it's an upgrade, just to make our time here easier. And there we go. I have some base level 140 gear now. Item level 467. So word and traceries. Really quick. Oh, I don't have infinite currency. That's unfortunate. Yeah, they've sorted it now, but you have like general damage 1. You have general damage 2. Which is kind of funny to me. But that's the way it is. General utility. And then determination. Recklessness. So that's going to be the specs: determination, recklessness, assailment, and it's kind of similar stuff for other characters. So this is true also, not just like Isengard Tavern stuff, but that will be the case in... You okay, Piper? That will be the case for like whatever that place is. Alright, let me just get a few of these. 12's good. Oh, I can do the fancy shift click and then just get all of them at once. Okay, I'm actually at the cap. There we go. I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably try to not worry about that stuff too much, but now I have that. And do y'all want to do delvings or skirmish first? Okay, so I'm going to let you all vote on that. If you want to see the delvings or skirmish first, and in the meantime, I will go ahead and just get me some essences. It looks like I need physical mastery. So I'll get a couple of those, might get a couple vitality. Yes, as Rick says, if you hit that like button, or even slap it. Either of those work. You can help my channel, help the video, help my channel, all sorts of stuff. Likes are important. That's why people always beg for those in videos. There is actually a reason, believe it or not. There's some physical mastery. Physical mastery is not the best one necessarily to get, but like if I went through the heraldries, I got myself proper heraldries, that would actually give me a ton of physical mastery. I think Sparrow's the one I want, yeah. So like if I get 2 of those. I can also just spin Mythril coins. That's how they get you. Can spin 60 Mythril coins that I got from the Isengard Tavern and completely boost that. That's a sizable stat boost, basically. I don't know if I will want Vitality, but I'll go ahead and get a couple Vitality just to have something different. Okay, I think this character is built well enough. We have a majority of the votes for Delvings. I don't even know how many people voted, but that's all the time I'm giving you all, so let's actually finally get moving on and go somewhere and do something. Thank you everyone who voted really quick. That was one of the shortest polls I have ever done, but we spent way too much time messing around in Isengard Tavern. It was fun, but it's like after a while, it just feels like a bit of a chore to get through all your stuff there. So we'll do Bite the Hand. And I think once we're inside, we can do a delving thing. I don't know. We're finding this all out for the first time together, and make sure I'm actually recording that. So yeah, this is the first mission. I really like the environment for these missions. Wow. That is a tiny ring over its head. So I'm trying to avoid any sort of quest and story spoilers. Obviously there will be landscape spoilers and now missions and delving spoilers, but that's just to get... Oh, you can just start on tier 9? Okay then. One thing I did want to find out is if you die, if you fail that. So what is the delving? Is it in my quest log? It is. Acquire a delving amethyst. Oh, I must place the delving amethyst? Well, that's no fun. Wait, the delving stone disappeared. Well, that ain't how it works. Whoops. Piper, she just thinks it's fun to rub against the microphone, but she cannot see the chain interaction it causes to knock down the camera way over here. Or maybe she does and just doesn't care. Okay, so let's just try. I did fail the delving. So let's try leadership direction. Just a totally different mission will reset. Ooh, Caras Gelebren. Okay, there should be a delving stone somewhere hereabouts. Looks like there's one. Is that it on the minimap? No, maybe not. Oh, there's a ring on the minimap. That would be the delving stone. Oh, there's actually tier 10. I didn't even see that before. Tier 1. The stone is inert. This quest, acquire a delving zircon. Where do I get a delving zircon? Oh, continue. I've completed. I haven't completed any. I failed one. How do I even get these? Do I have to run, Piper? Do I have to run a mission to get a delving zircon? I don't remember. They did their whole like thingy tutorial on delvings on the website, but I don't remember any talking about anything like this. Let's see. an introduction to the delving system. So getting started, you will here. Let's show you all this. So I think desktop mode is working. Let's hope. Hey, it's actually working for once. Wow, that's a miracle. Okay, so let's zoom in. Paper. Oh, the mission giver has them. We'll have to try that. So completing the quest. Okay. Yeah, we got all that. Okay, this doesn't help. All that work for nothing. Let's leave this mission and fail that delving and have it count towards our daily cap, which maybe is okay. I don't know. Do y'all think the delving cap should, like you should accrue delving runs if you fail the delving? Does that make sense? Like if you can do 10 delvings a day, does it make sense if you fail a delving that it counts towards that?
May I help?
Okay, that's the delving reward vendor. They don't help right now.
What do you need?
Do they have? They do not have a delving stones.
How may be of service to you?
So you all do not like that? So this is 2,500. Oh, that's delving grits. That's not helpful. Delving stones, here they are. So you can, yeah, you have to get a bag of gold coins. Can be sold to any vendor. A bag of brimming with gold coins. She doesn't sell bags of gold coins, does she? He? I feel very much so like a noob right now. I have no idea how to get my first delving stone.
What you need?
Are these the ones that you get from... It's a barter item, though. Like, I was going to say, are these the ones you can get from vault keepers? But it's a barter item. Oh, you can't buy those from this guy. I don't remember them being called a barter item before, but maybe that's a new thing. Oh, Sandy, you are saying vault keeper. Perfect. Okay, we will take a brief detour. I don't know, Galtrev? Actually, Bree would be easier. I can just do a swift travel to Bree. A swift travel. I think I have plenty of gold on this character. I hope I have plenty of gold on this character. 677, okay. So you can basically pay gold, it sounds like, to start on high tier. We, of course, want to start out on tier 10 because, I mean, is there really another option? I guess tier 7's a close second. Yeah, here we are. So I will buy... Can't quite buy a stack. I'm a little bit broke compared to that, but we'll get a whole bunch of copper. We'll get a lot of those, and we'll buy... I don't know, 20 of these. I'll get a few more gold just in case, and we will... We're just spending the mythal coin today, but it's boar. And we're gonna go down
May
here.
I help you?
And there we go. Okay, is opal for tier 10? Yes, it is. That actually cost a lot of gold. But that's okay. What do we think? Sifting through time, bite the hand, leadership direction. That sounds like a good one. Okay. This has gotten quite scary. Now that I actually can do tier 10. I have no idea if level... Alright. So we got a cracked opal, okay. I'm going to... Sorry, Piper. She doesn't look too happy. I think. Oh, we're dropping frames. Maybe that's the issue. Good going, Spectrum. We were ready to run delvings. Okay, maybe we're actually good now, but... Oh, I feel so bad for Piper. Were there mobs here? Just because I hit the tier 10... oh, hold up. Tier 10 delving makes me kind of scared to move forward. And it's really odd that it's taken quite a while to get to the mobs. At least to me, that's odd. And I don't know exactly what the delving does. I mean, makes it more difficult, I think, whatever twist you have ongoing. Hello? Mobs? Like, at this point, I would assume there are supposed to be mobs here. Like, just spread throughout this entire thing. We're looking at, I thought it said heal the injured White Hand War Leaders. But we have to defeat injured White Hand War Leaders. We have to defeat melee Urukai. We have to defeat ranged White Hand Urks. Yet there aren't any. How am I supposed to do the delving? This will probably count towards my daily as well. But they're... Oh, here they are. Okay. So... That's a lot of buffs. Malice. What's the X? So we have Sauron's to reflect. Oh no, that's the worst. Why do they have reflect? That is the worst. Okay. Dangerously enraged. Okay, enraged seems okay. Plus 300% damage. Whatever these malices are, hopefully they're not like an RNG type thing, kind of similar. I'm thinking, what are those mobs that spawn on tier 4, tier 5 in dungeons? I really am not a fan of that mechanic. It's one of the reasons, among others, that that's just not fun at all to me. So it's like I don't have any interest in doing that, partially because of that. But anyway, hopefully Malice is not like that. But I am just, the reflect sounds so unfun to me. I think with that I'm gonna go blue line. Maybe there is a use for blue line after all. Hey, Dordan's already proved that. When you have no weapons or level 1 weapons, Defiant Challenge is your strongest skill. Which I don't know if that's a good thing, but it is a thing. Oh, bleeds are gonna be... That's the thing with Warden, though. I guess I at least know there's a reflect. It's not like not RNG, but it's not like a buff. Is... Wait, These people are like... I don't think I've paid attention to world chat this entire time, and I just randomly see a message from in world chat. Yeah, we can go with increased block chance. Do I really want bleed damage? Or do I want to do some funky yellow line stuff? Okay, I probably still want to do red line. I just honestly don't know if I will use any of these abilities, but we'll try something fairly standard. Maybe I will go a little bit more morale tap. Oh, this is so weird to me going this way, but we'll try it. Would I actually want something in the yellow line? Yeah, let's try that. If I'm actually not going to use my damaging abilities all that much, then... Wait. Yeah. Give me some finesse and crit. How about... This is so weird to me, but we'll try this. Maybe one of the points of delvings is to get you to do weird stuff like this. Okay, so let me just hit that. It did hit me. It wasn't all that bad. He's just going to do range stuff against me, and I got something stuck in my eye. Okay, still not doing all that much damage. I really built this up to be a lot scarier. Like, guy could have done this in yellow line and out healed. Wow. It was like all this build up, I just saw reflect. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go blue line. I won't be able to use anything damaging. Oh, there's a delving white archer. Also, bad time to get something stuck in my eye as well. I don't know what it was. Okay, we have game to worry about. Let's try a bleed. I think. I am acting way too scared. You're right, Patrick. I am Warden. Plus, I have to test what happens when you die. Okay, let's go. We'll stay blue line. Come on, reflecting black arrow. Wait, is he actually reflecting? He does not have a reflect right now, does he? Oh, there's the reflect. There is the reflect. It's only 25 to 50% or whatever. It's not that bad. Plus the Warden heals were buffed. Something is doing a lot of damage to me though. I don't think I need the big heal from Restoration. We'll go with incoming healing buff. So, if I reflect them, is it just going to be a giant chain reflection? Probably not, because I think my reflect has more specific conditions. Common fire, shadow damage. I'm used to playing Let's Seize the Moment. This is bad. Very bad. I think I'll go with Celebration of Skill again. Alright, let's reflect the reflex. Can I handle one desolation to 2 mobs? This might be unnecessary with all these heals. I know I have a lot of these hots going, but... Oh no, I almost totally... Wait, Grodbog Queen. Where are these mobs spawning? I wonder if that's one of those malices. Have inadvertently tested the fall damage, because I just, like, was naturally falling. But yes, it is shorter and does not slow you as much, which is nice. Alright, let's get some damage. This is actually wearing my hand out. Like, my hand is getting sore from this. This is when I need, sorry cat, but when I need a hand cam, is that a thing? Okay, these things just won't stop spawning things, which isn't a bad thing. It's just interesting. But this is actually wearing my hand out. I need to stop. I haven't done enough hand exercises, I guess, lately. All the LOTRO I've played on Doradin. I don't even know why playing blue line on this character like this way is making me sort of like that. Oh yeah, I wanted to check the delving, the updated thing. It says do not leave the instance. So it doesn't say if you die you will fail. It's just, that was really weird wording in the patch notes. Oh my, they just won't stop. So it just says complete the current mission and find the scout. Okay, that's the way I thought it worked, but I did want to check because I saw there was a unique quest if they had any specific objectives with that. I wonder if my keyboard position is off, or... I don't know. Why this is making my, Oh yeah, somebody sent me a message. Okay, it says, loving the content. That does make me feel old. Oh, Judah, I do actually remember that name. I don't know if they're watching the stream right now, but I do remember that name. And Blue Line is back for the Warden. Hello, Jarenth. Okay, I think I'm mostly caught up on chat. Y'all can let me know with new messages if I'm not. This does count. Defeat many orcs and Swanfleet. That's still just like comical to me. Oh, and we finally stopped getting chain mobs. Y'all can decide if that's a good or bad thing, but I actually don't know though. I think I can get out of combat here if I wanted. Maybe not. I don't know if my build is necessarily the best considering like these guys actually. The reflect is not as bad as I thought. Basically, they don't do as much damage as I thought they would. So yeah, if this is all the tier 10 delving is, it's not too bad. Of course, balance, I'm guessing, is not done. I can't run in here hectically, and I do have to strategize, but for this character with, I don't know, whatever gear I got from the Isengard Tavern and a lot of stuff left over from level 130, not too bad. I still have to try dying at some point. I don't know if we want to do that on this mission. Like, it could just be this particular delving and this particular mission are relatively easy. So, I don't know if I want to test dying on this one, like, intentionally. I could always accidentally die. Oh, that's a big spider. Delving spider. So yeah, that mob's specific for the delving. Will give me a couple morale taps. A lot of good that'll do me. Maybe it will. Let's see. Gives me, it's basically a way of free damage where the heal will out heal the reflect, but that's honestly not horrible just for a slow little morale tap. In fact, if I'm reading it right, that's actually stronger than Exaltation of Battle. I don't know if that's due to balance changes or me actually having a weird build on this character, but that's honestly nice to see that the morale tap, single target morale tap, is better than even the strongest AoE one. That's not really great, but it's a handy heal when it's comparable even kind of to restoration. I'll just go around spamming that. Okay, so I'm fine handling, I think, quite a few melees. I don't know if I want to get a lot of hurt archers on me, though. I'll get one. Okay, I still have Never Surrender up, so that's okay. We'll go through the full healing thing, because I won't deal as much damage, so they won't reflect as much damage. I don't remember if I use Celebration of Skill or not, so there we go. And I'm very scaredly going to try Exaltation of Battle. And that's going to be reversal. I don't need that. I don't think they have corruptions, at least. How much healing does Conviction do at this point? Okay, not that much. I actually think my single target morale tap is one of my more efficient heals at this point, which is odd. I'm not used to that. How about Resolution, or Fierce Resolve, I mean. Okay, not that much. And I think we're good to just go through this. Always a good bleed. And a good bleed. Okay, I don't think it's actually safe to move on from that, because I still need to, I'll still be taking that damage, basically, from the bleed. But yeah, it's a little bit slow. Like, with the Reflect, it makes it slower. It's not the most difficult for this character. I could see a class without as many self-heals. Although a lot of classes now have self-heal options. I was thinking, like, Hunter. But then you could just go in the range, not range stance, the evade stance, and probably out-heal a lot of that with Quick Shot. Although I don't know exactly how that heal scales at level 140. Taking it, this guy doesn't have any Reflect. Okay. Delving Rat also doesn't. We can just kill him. I also do think that I could go through this a little bit faster. I'm, of course, being a slight bit on the careful side given the unfamiliarity with it, but it's not the most challenging overall for me right now. It's just, yeah, as I mentioned, slow. I can't run in here full DPS, basically. I also am going to try to go through my heal chain, but I don't know if that will heal me fast enough. Maybe if I target the spider so I don't get a little bit extra on the Reflect end, and I think with that restoration, and that morale tap, and that morale tap, I have a scary eye dot, which usually do a lot of damage. That. Okay, I think after all that, my health should be fine, and I'll just finally kill the orc. Sorry, the uruk. And then again, if I understand it correctly, these mobs do not have reflex. I at least don't see that icon under their health bar. So I can kill them plenty fast. At least try to. Again, the one thing, do I actually have to kill that mob? I'm guessing not. Guessing. I'll have to remember there's a orb there. For some reason, things don't complete. But we have 2 more melee urukais, and we have the injured white hand leader. Hopefully they are here somewhere. But yeah, first, well, I've said a lot of first impressions for the delving, but yeah, it is, I don't know, I just repeat myself. Slow, but not the most challenging for this particular one. The mission, I really do like the environment. It's just something, of course, new, neat area. And the mission itself seems relatively straightforward. I do like that compared to the very long or involved missions. At least for the non-story based ones, which are most of them. I still have not actually done the further adventures of Dawn and Elro here. It's crazy to think though, this is the highest difficulty delving. It's not even like a lower difficulty. Oh my. I wonder where the boss is. It's, yeah, crazy to think that though. Whoa, this is bad. That's a lot of orcs. I would have thought it more difficult, basically, even pulling the relatively limited amount of mobs I pulled, but this is actually scary. Let me try to line of sight them. Let's hope Never Surrender does not trigger, and we will have to, I think, just make some morale taps and heals. I gotta keep it all going though. Never Surrender did trigger, so we need to put that up again. I don't think my outlook is all too hopeful with this character. Okay, let's use potion there. I have all these fancy potions on this character. It's beta. Use them. Okay, let me just get Exaltation of Battle and I'll feel somewhat safe. This is kind of crazy. It is weird to play Warden without Seize the Moment, I agree. I forget exactly what this ability does now for the free peoples. Gives you a mitigation buff. Oh yeah, it's just, okay. I think it just gives a mitigation buff. I don't remember if it's based on how many people are nearby. A lot of debuffs. Wait, I can't use this debuff remover in combat. That's not helpful. I wonder if it was always out of combat only. It's like those fancy premium-ish ones you get from like the level boxes at low levels. Okay, we need Exaltation of Battle here. Do I dare use Desolation at this point? No, I think that's still too dangerous. Let me go through the heal chain and get Celebration of Skill going. I was gonna say, if I drop heals for a moment even, I tend to go down. I'm also not using all my, I could actually get a lot more defensive buffs. That's going to apply a dot. It's a little bit scary. The process to get there is a little bit scary. I want to use Dance of War, act like I can actually dodge with it, and then get that heal, and I think a resolution will be stabilized yet again. I still don't feel the safest. When we're down to 2, I'll feel safer too. Let's see, is there any that's relatively lower? Let's get the black arrow. Since I saw that available, why not? Against these mobs, I think you can do regular BPE stuff. Also, just for a reference, since I don't know, maybe it will matter with delvings, I am doing this in basically DPS gear and a lot of random stuff for my gear, so just a little bit of extra reference point for this character for anybody that might have missed. Okay, that's probably enough damage. Did I get too greedy with the damage? If I get 1 resolution, I don't think so. Okay. I don't know what's more intense, this current fight and this delving, or the stuff I did on Dorden. They're intense in different yet similar ways. I think this one is making me sweat more. It's entertaining though, I will admit the reflect makes a pull like that, where I totally didn't think I'd get that many mobs, that makes it entertaining. Okay, let's just go full DPS mode. I'm used to having spear sweeping in my blue line, which I know is really weird, but... These heals don't last a full minute, do they? Okay, that's just the buff. Alright, now we get a black arrow, a soldier, and injured. I don't know, he doesn't look injured to me, but I guess he's an injured leader. I'll just take their word for it. I probably just want to go straight on the black arrow here. Also, probably should have worked on my buffs, but after the last fight, I basically believe I can do anything. Maybe. Wait, did I use? What did I use? I don't even know what gamuts I've used. Let's just use restoration, be safe. Okay, we're just gonna restart. Not like there's all that much more useful for me to do. Soldier? There we go. This time I do actually have a reference for what gamuts I used. Oh, that's bad. I wonder if there's an enrage mechanic, because that would actually be bad if, like, after 2-3 minutes or whatever, they just started doing significantly more damage. Okay, we're gonna use these fancies. I didn't want to rely on those, but I have them. They're technically options, even though it does feel like cheating to me, to be honest, but that's okay. I guess it's just other considerations in general is that I could have a lot more resources. I could have self buffs, I could have hope tokens going, I could have all the premium buffs. By self buffs, I meant the scholar buff, so there's a lot of things like that it is actually true could help me even more, which I would kind of expect to have a lot of that stuff, not necessarily premium buffs, but would expect to perhaps have to have more of that stuff to do. Oh, I pulled, that's actually really bad. I know I was kind of DPSing away there, but then I pulled those extra orcs, which is not good. That's actually a lot of them, and I used the wrong skill there. At least it gives me a defensive buff. Let's use resolution. Okay, going to get a restoration in here. Okay, I have a lot of them in melee, not all of them. I'd like to get all of them in melee. I have a silence, which is really, really bad for Warden. I cannot use my gamuts. I'll have to use that, and hold up, I have a thing here. This is really scary. This is even worse than the other one, I think. Did I actually pull those orcs? Is this all my fault this whole time? It's probably my fault somehow or another, but... Oh. Delve too greedily. I don't know if truer words have been spoken. Just create a mess of things. Okay, Black Arrow, these guys are annoying. I'm going to use a bleed on him. Wise? No. Exciting? Yes. Okay, no, we need to remove that debuff. I'm scared that resolution will kill me before I get the heal. I lost a lot of the side mobs, the mobs that didn't reflect. Those guys were actually saving me right there. Oh, that silence. That might be it, guys. I was looking for something to get rid of the debuff. This character doesn't have the resources. Okay, let's see. Did I fail the delving by dying? That's what mattered. That's what we were testing. That's why I did that. That's just so disappointing that I died after all that, though. I'm disappointed in myself, at least. Well, we might as well try Yellow Line, now that I know dying seems to not fail the delving, which is good to know. Don't know why it would, but the strange line in the patch notes implied that you failed when you died. Okay, I was promised some seize the moments when I switched to Yellow Line. I can kill a single mob in Yellow Line a lot quicker. It'd be perhaps a little bit more downtime between fights, but I don't know if that would mean it's overall quicker or not. Oh, I could have had my Anorian Feast. If only I ate those. Also, if I had the Battle Potion of Restoration that could actually be used in combat on my skill bar. Those two things and I would have used... Wait. Okay, you can't fight those. I was like... Wasn't expecting the border there. Trying to find the middle point with the boss. And it's actually, I guess one thing I like about this mission is there's a lot more mobs than necessary. But then either way, you have to get back to the boss. It's, I don't know, a little bit interesting. Okay, can I take 2 mobs at once? Going, oh, 3 mobs at once. Come on. I don't even know where I can run. These dots are gonna kill me. That's why we don't do this in Yellow Line. Did I at least kill him? I defeated somebody. Also, that thing was going to attack me while I was dead. You see, you die once and you just open the floodgates to keep on dying over and over. Also, my weapons disappeared. I don't know if I like the look of this character with my disappeared weapons and shield. I think I know the problem. Also, there's a number of problems. Uh-oh. Oh, that's just a delving white. I have more essence boxes somewhere in here. I also have these Orchard XP things. Oh yeah, I don't need a heal. Has Seize the Moment even triggered this entire time? Maybe it did. See what happens when they don't reflect? I keep going the wrong way for the boss. He is, I think, in there. Well, actually, I don't remember him being up on a hill. Let's see. I'll go this way either way. Oh yeah, he was to the west, not to the east. But yeah, besides this taking entirely, I don't know, too long. Maybe too long. We'll see what the rewards are. If it's like, oh, these guys pull from far away here. And I just... Oh, I forget. I need to... be a little bit more careful at least. Like, at least a little bit more careful. Let's see. I still have, okay, that black arrow attacking me. We're okay. I think. No, I'm going to... I can't out-heal that. Oh, one of them down. I'll just switch to blue line. Joe. You said whenever you hover over your mouse with an NPC, there's a small window with info. I don't know if there's actually a way to disable that. That is a good question. I've never tried to disable that. I would guess if there is somewhere in UI, I don't know if it'd be floating. There's tooltips. But I don't think cross compare. I don't think it's any of these tooltips. Okay, so I'm actually going to switch blue line. It does seem like that's a better choice, and obviously just like stop paying attention. We've been here so long. I think I've been in the delving for about 30 to 40 minutes now, which is kind of crazy. Largely because of the reflect, but I really am doing stuff here that's been making it take even longer. Also ended up east of where I need to be. It's kind of like after I died that one time, I don't want to say I gave up. Also, we do have some ugly bushes in this zone, unfortunately. But I perhaps obviously stopped caring as much. Also, I'm in range dance. Also, I'm about to get myself killed even in blue line, but that's okay. We can manage. Here, I'll double morale tap the guy that does not reflect. You gotta choose the one that does not reflect. So then you get the most efficient out of that. Then I can use my big heal on this guy, and we should be good. Hello, like crying seal. Doing pretty good. The delving overall so far is okay. I've just been trying a few different things and trying the not caring strategy, which isn't all that... doesn't work all that well because of the reflect. I don't know if this is going to be something in every delving tier 10 and every tier. I'd imagine if there is a reflect, it's weaker in the lower tiers. I also don't know. Can I actually run away from that guy? I can. If he joins me on the fight, that'd be helpful because then I could use some AoEs. I don't know if it's this particular mission with the delving. I don't know if it's a rotated thing because I think I remember them mentioning something about that with them there being some rotated parts of it like that. So that's just something making this particular delving take a little bit extra long. I also didn't have my easy interrupt available. Oh, is that what pulled more? Okay, I'm actually going to try with this fight. I know that's a strange strategy. Oh, we have a lot of these guys. Is this like the same thing as earlier? So the delving is one of the new things coming in before the shadow to make level 140 missions more difficult and more rewarding. But yeah, this one has a reflect on the mob, so I have to be extra careful. They also do a decent chunk of damage on their own even without the reflect. They're also heavily enraged. Okay, so I want to kill the archers. I don't know if I have time to use Celebration of Skill as much as I would want to. I don't, so I'm going to use Restoration very quickly. And I'm going to die. Yeah, the reflects don't help. Especially when you have multiple mobs, I think that's the biggest issue. Yeah, when there's multiple mobs like that. And I could be doing a better job. It's just after being here so long, I lose a little bit of energy to devote to actually playing this mission kind of well. Hopefully you all are still enjoying this stream though. Hey, we just wasted that cooldown because I thought it was something else. I still think I could get through an AoE fight like that. I just have to play better, really. And if I actually prepare before the fight, like if I get all these buffs up, even while I'm running here, I'll just get these buffs up. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I actually did see that comment on the forums with them talking about the reflect. You know what we're gonna do? We're going to go way over here. And I'm going to try something new. Yeah, that like button. If you are liking the stream, you can hit that like button, click that like button, or as Rick suggests, do the most enthusiastic version of that and slam the like button. Okay. Let's stop. Wow, he has very low health. That's what happens when you use one damaging skill. You can actually kill him quickly and then out heal. It's kind of crazy when you get the signature solo. Hey, these are pretty bushes. These are not ugly bushes. Those are ugly bushes. There's a difference. These are ugly bushes. I don't mind reflect so much as a mechanic, but it does make it take a long time without necessarily just making it more difficult. I think it's also class dependent. On something like a warden, that actually makes me strategize differently, which is nice. But if I were something like a champion, it'd probably be more tedious than anything. Okay, we have to find the scout, so we can't just leave. We have to find the scout. Because if we leave, we fail the mission. So it's very important with these delvings. Do not leave until you find the scout and talk to them and complete the delving. We'll see what this tier 10, I think I'm a little bit too far south, but hey, there's landscape. Pretty. This is where the mission started, so we'll see if the scout is there. I'm hoping that's where the scout is. Because that would be something that just makes sense for every mission you run, is the scout's just at the entrance, and that does not appear to be the case here. So we will actually have to do some finding. For all I know, this is actually the toughest part of the delving. Like, we haven't even gotten to the hard part. We have to find the scout. I thought there was a hotkey, a keybind, a key you can press to select nearest friendly NPC, but maybe not. Yeah, that's where I was going to go around the end boss. The concern is I didn't actually kill all the mobs there. So you see there's a bunch of Urkai just hanging out over there. Yep, they're the scout. Oh, no. They're lucky this is beta. That would be so sad if this actually mattered for the character. Also, does this remind anybody of Utterby? Like right here? That's actually where I thought I spawned in the game, Utterby. But I was just walking and it ported me out. This actually looks oddly... I know I've described the whole place as some parts reminding me of Iron Hills, but the housing, I think, looks pretty close to Dale. Yeah, Dale. But this looks... It could be entirely coincidental, but the layout actually reminds me a little bit of Utterby as well. A little bit. I don't think it's exactly the same, but similar. It's really nice though. I like these blue flowers. It's a different look. I don't know what to do now. I'm kind of demotivated to even try another delving. Well, we haven't done the skirmish yet. I'm getting a little bit tired though. We could do the skirmish. Maybe I'll do... I don't know. Should I do the skirmish? Y'all can let me know if you want to see the skirmish or what. We could try another delving. I don't know if they all will just have a reflect. This character is a warden, Robert, if you're wondering that. If you're wondering which I prefer, I do overall prefer warden. I know I've been leveling the minstrel lately. So let's see if this actually says what twist it is. Twist none. Oh, that's not helpful. I don't even know if the twist relates. Have they changed the... Yeah, these seem to all be the same. With the mission weeklies.
How can I be of service?
Got 3 of the tokens. I did not loot any end of mission chest. I don't know if that would have also had tokens. Do these require a reputation? Hopefully not. They don't seem to, which is good. Is this account bound? No, it's just bind on acquire. Of course, all the cosmetics are bound to account. The cozy tabby cat. I wonder if that looks like Lexi and Piper. I guess it's not in the collections panel. I actually would not mind if the new missions have no chests, if that is the case, and they just give you the reward for turning in the quest. I wouldn't mind that for every missions, to be honest. This is Bullroarer. It's the beta server. There were earlier a surprising amount of people on. I think I saw 40 something, which is relatively high for betas in LOTRO, at least in my experience. Now, one thing I will say, while we're talking about beta, I think there's a lot of great things in this update in general and in this beta, but one thing I really wish Standing Stone Games would do is betas over the weekends when people can actually play, especially when there's a lot going on with the new delving system, even the new skirmish. There's a lot going on with that, and giving people more of an opportunity to actually beta test it. Maybe that was a cat making noise. Giving people a better opportunity to beta test it, I think, would be a good thing, and actually have it open over the weekend. Yeah, I can look in another. Just look inside this and see if the delving gives them a reflect, but if it does, I don't know if I will do it. This one looks relatively straightforward. So, retry tier 10, except I had to actually buy that thing. Yeah, Thursday to Monday would make sense, because then it's actually over the weekend. You also have a couple weekday evenings and just more options for people to do the beta test. Is there a bug? Not a LOTRO bug, but a bug for that my cat's chasing. It's also playtime. It's 9:45, believe it or not. Piper here. This one's probably worn out from all the bothering me. So I need to buy the next delving thing.
How may I be of service to you?
If it is a reflect, I will try something, but I do not intend to actually run the mission as a heads up. I just wanted to see what I would get, really. Like, I was mainly interested in the loot. I don't even know if they have the loot fully implemented in this beta, but that was like basically what I wanted to see from that. Player can only have one unique item in their inventory. All right then. I don't think I failed. Yeah, I still have this, so I just need to complete the mission. Okay. And it either takes a moment for the mobs to spawn or something like that. I can start working on banners, though. Maybe. Oh, there's some mobs coming up. White hand, black arrow. A mob? Maybe these missions just have sparse mobs, except I have 3 of them circling in on me, I think. 2 of them? 3 of them. I can. Do you all want me to finish this delving? If it's really only 8 Uruk invaders, I think that I can mentally handle after the massive betrayal of the last mission. Y'all can let me know while I attempt to fight this group very greedily with my desolation and the such. But hey, if they're dead, they can't reflect. Oh yeah, they do. I didn't even check, but they do have the reflect. Okay, these guys actually do a decent bit of damage. I shouldn't have let them trigger Never Surrender. This area is going to be levels 1 to 32, so it's kind of an alternative, at least in the range of Bree. Sandy, thank you for joining the stream. So far, I don't have anybody commenting either way about finishing the delving. So, I don't know. Now that I'm 3 out of 8, that's pretty significant. I should focus on banners, though, not mobs. If I can easily find 8 more banners without pulling all that many mobs, then I will just continue the delving. And I think I will do the skirmish maybe as a separate video. Maybe I can still do that. It's kind of late though. If y'all cannot tell, like even outside of the whole delving export that happened earlier, like it is getting late for me. I've been here a while. How long have I been streaming? Like 2.5 hours maybe, something like that. Almost 3 hours even. So yeah, Warden's a great class, Robert. It might take a minute to get used to the gambit system, but if you do get used to it and even like it, it's definitely a great class. Lots of fun for me at least. Yeah, so this new area being level 1 to, they've said 1 to 32, but everything into level 1 to 30. That would actually lead up to Trollshaw's kind of decently-ish. But basically an alternative for all the intro zones, including Breeland and even some of the zones like Lowlands and North Downs that could get you to the 30, low 30 range. Doing a good job destroying banners, so I think at this point I don't mind defeating 5 more White Hand soldiers. Well, just Uruks. And we, oh, I'm in DPS. DPS, I'm in range stance. Which kind of is DPS stance with those 2 strong dots. But with 1 Uruk, like that is the thing, even with this reflect, I can easily defeat one of these guys focusing largely on damage. So it's actually not that bad if I fight 1 at a time. I am in... Is the sickle fly hitting me, or is it just the black arrow? Well, if it's just the black arrow, that'll be easy. I'll give myself a double morale tap and then restoration, that's the name of that ability. And I think we should be pretty good. Yep. And the white warrior is not deciding to attack me, so I will ignore him. We will move on. And yeah, these guys have a pretty large aggro radius. I wonder if you get like further into the mission, they just get a larger aggro radius. Because there are some other ones chasing me from far away. Yes, Cassie, I am still alive. And not sure if my character will be in a moment. Did I already have Never Surrender up? I don't know, I could have wasted that, but it's okay. Heals. Never Surrender still is not triggered, wow. I feel like I've dropped low enough health for that to trigger like multiple times now. Okay, we're going to, because I have Never Surrendered to fall back on, we're going to live on the edge here and use Desolation. They won't reflect if they're dead. Oh, you're done at Walmart. I can stop. Good to know. So I need to go to bed. My delvings are getting too crazy. All these random mobs, it's just comical getting that giant Grod Bog in the middle of Caras Gelebren. Safe, peaceful Elflands. I do like that this delving, like a tier 10 delving, running that on this character just makes him feel OP. Whatever that's worth. Delving maggot, really? Okay, one more banner. Again, this mission is not as bad. You don't need to kill as many mobs. You can just kind of banner hunt. Now, hopefully they don't just port me out for no apparent reason, and I can find the scout. Does anybody know where the scout is for this mission? I am actually scared to move around. I'll just get booted out. There's no way it could be a timer, like timer based, could it? Oh, is this the same area? Did I not realize this is the same location as the previous mission? There's the scout. Hello. Let me turn in the mission. I want to turn in the delving and get my reward. Hello? This is so sad. I was promised rewards for completing these delvings. So I'm going to look back where I knew there was a scout last time. I'm not going to go the same way. We're going to take a giant circle around that port to Utterby looking place zone. And there's NPCs, no scout here. Where did the scout even go? Okay, scout's still here. Slash, please. Slash. Think. Hello, Cody. Wait, there's another scout. There's 2 scouts. None of them are the ones I need, though. I want to... I want a working scout. I need to find the scout. Okay, these are just a scout. I need to find the... Ugh. I just don't think these delvings can handle Louis. Well, hopefully these delvings actually work by the time it gets live, but yeah, that's been my experience with the 2 delvings I have done on tier 10. Those are the only ones I've tried, but yeah, that is why it's beta is true. The good news is it's beta, but it's still sad, not because my character doesn't like get the reward, because he obviously want to keep it, but it's because I wanted to see what reward there was, and I still wanted like some sort of thing to just push that I got done. And I can turn this in. Like there, I completed the mission. I had the delving up the whole time, you all saw. And yeah, basically wanted to see like what type of gear would drop, how many delving writs I would get, if any recipes would drop, if any of the heraldry recipe selection boxes would drop. These are word of craft. So they do have a few, and you can craft word of craft traceries. They have things like that. You can get, I don't know how you actually get the initial necklace. I guess this one you have to get from dropping. And you get 5 of these, and it's actually kind of like the Rohan thing, and maybe some stuff they had in previous areas like Rise of Isengard. It seems like a similar mechanic. I don't know if people like that method for upgrading. I'm honestly relatively indifferent towards it, but yeah. I didn't get to see how any of that worked with the rewards, basically, so that's the main disappointing part for this character. It also sounds like Andrath. The place without a stable master will be the big port area from the delving border. I don't know if the mission border is the same. Yeah, it's also Andrath. It ain't too helpful if they have the ports to the same place. Okay, so I think the skirmish will have to be saved for another day. I know the beta closes early tomorrow, but I was hoping to try to get a couple extra recordings in. Y'all can probably expect a standalone video that's based off of the stream to come in the future. So for people that have watched this live, maybe can see a more better paced edited version of it when that comes. And then also I would like to test the skirmish, have that as its own video and be relatively straightforward, because I don't think I'll get to that as a stream, or I can save that for next week, but I'd still like to get the skirmish in the first beta round. I don't know, maybe we can do that. I'll do that. We've already been here almost 3 hours. We can do a little bit more. So yeah, let's check out the new skirmish. It is called Doom of Caras Gelebren. I'll just do tier 1 solo version, level 140, to get some baseline and just see how the skirmish works and see how I like it. As you all can see, it's second age, 1697, which is interesting. We also have Herbo, the great skirmish soldier that I don't really remember anything about him, but he exists. And here's Gelebren. So yeah, it's kind of early in the second age. If I remember correctly, the other second age type content we have is a little bit later in the second age from Mordor Besieged. And as I've talked about before, defensive skirmishes are not my favorite, so we'll see how this one goes. We already have to start off with listening, which isn't the most exciting. And we are defending against the first assault. I don't know if that means I should head north. On the map, don't really see anything. On the mini-map, we of course just see this one defensive point. So it says marching, is this the watchtower? But yeah, with defensive skirmishes, why I don't like them as much is because you go at the enemy pace instead of your pace. On an offensive and attack skirmish, you can just go at your pace. You can fight the mobs, all that sort of stuff. I also believe I'm in the blue line, so I should switch to the yellow line for this. Wow. After doing the delving, which is my reference point for gameplay on this character that I just did, these mobs die a lot faster, but it's like normal skirmish mobs. Be interested to see how much of the rewards they have implemented. That's of course kind of like the delvings were. That's of course the exciting part. So we're now properly in the yellow line, okay. Oh, that's the snapshot version. I wonder why this character, or if that just accidentally happened. My skill bar getting mixed up there. Oh, it's because I don't have Javelin of Deadly Force, I think. That's actually a lot of mobs in one grouping. I don't remember all other defensive skirmishes being like that. And this is, yeah, basically the way skirmishes work. So we'll get through it. We have not had a lieutenant yet. Something I noticed though, like the things on fire, that's a pretty neat effect, even in the distance, smoke, all that sort of stuff. So pretty neat atmosphere. It's definitely a little bit different, but this is, I'm guessing, to get into a little bit of details with this, before Caras Gelebren presumably became ruins, because as far as I know, it's more elf ruins nowadays and less pristine, and this is kind of the attack of it. It's called the Doom of Caras Gelebren, so you can kind of guess that there's going to be some doom at the end. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see if we're actually successful in defending. It's a defensive skirmish, but are we supposed to succeed in defending the skirmish, or what happens? It's exciting. So I will wait here. Wait, their watchtower? A lieutenant has joined. Okay, so they actually attacked from the north this time is what happened. At least we're only at one position. One of the annoying things about some defensive skirmishes is that you... yeah, that you have to move around a lot. This one you could be relatively lazy and stay in this fairly general area. That was a relatively quick first assault. I will give it that. It looks like we have to move on, I'm guessing. Like, it looks like that was a successful defense, so we're going to head northeast to Northgate. Oh yeah, he says follow me. Here's Mirdan. I want to say Myrdine, but they're Myrden warrior. Perhaps it's like Myrdon. Very nice looking here. I don't know why I keep expecting a fell beast to just come out of the sky and attack us. It just seems like something that would happen. It's very ominous skies, and kind of the red look, I think, makes me think that. Wow, these mobs come from far away. Seems to be pretty standard orcs. I mean, these are Mordor orcs, so there's another thing with the fell beast, maybe. It would be great to have a snack if I just ate my evening snack during the stream and during the skirmish. But that is something that the reason I like defensive skirmishes is they are actually not too bad when you want to have AFK like that. Like, I could probably fairly reliably do the skirmish while eating an even decently involved meal to go battle. So yeah, it seems like it's a regular skirmish as far as mechanics go. I wasn't expecting anything special, but it's kind of a confirmation that there is not really anything special about it yet. Again, I do like the general format of it, the first round and a half that we have had, that you're just defending one area, so it's basically like the one good thing about defensive skirmishes is you can be lazy during them, and that's just like an extra lazy thing for you. I wonder if a maxed out skirmish soldier does anything at level 140 though. Can I even pay attention to this guy's heals if he decides to heal? He is an herbalist, he's supposed to heal. He's just debuffing the enemy. Minus 1200 resistance. Okay, so as far as I can tell, he's doing basically nothing. And as far as I can tell, he's not even healing me. Yeah, he scored a hit with Weakening Drought. I don't see anything else. Ooh, 2 lieutenants. Or is it just saying that message twice? Again, this is a lot of mobs for a solo skirmish, though, I will say that. I personally think it's a good thing, but you know, how that works at level 120, this is just how it works at level 140 compared to fresh level 20. Could be a significantly different experience with a fight like that. But that was the last one. We didn't really use the NPCs. As far as I know, my skirmish soldier is doing nothing. Those are all my own heals, they're not Herbo. So it looks like we might have 2 points to defend now. Southgate. Yeah, so we're at Northgate here. We need to go to Southgate. So this is a little bit less of a lazy phase of this. And we have to travel far away, wow. I don't know about other skirmishes. It would be nice, along with like this new skirmish that I think is supposed to have some level, not level cap, but just relevant loot for modern LOTRO. Well, this is a Daywalker Berserker anyway, but yeah, it would be nice if they actually update skirmishes. I find them to be a decently fun system. Again, defensive skirmishes like this one, not necessarily my favorite, but it's okay. I don't know if all the enemies march south in this one will be that. And I've already mentioned like the benefits of you staying in one position. I don't know if that's true for this third round or if we will have to go back up north at all for this third assault. It did say Southgate, right? Yep. Doombringer. That name seems so fitting for the doom of Caras Gelebren. And yeah, as Harving said, I mentioned that it would be nice, but it doesn't seem like it. They are attacking the North Gate, so I have to give a little bit of a thumbs down that you do have to actually move around between north and south at this phase. That's pretty standard for a defensive skirmish, so it's hard to really complain about it, but it's still a thumbs down for me. Hello, Ivan. We are doing the skirmish in the, I was going to say new skirmish. It is a new skirmish, but it's the beta for Before the Shadow, update 34. So we're testing out the new skirmish, and so far, it's a little bit of mixed opinions, largely because I'm just not a big fan of defensive skirmishes, and this one you also can't be fully lazy, even though you can be somewhat lazy the first 2 assaults. The third one you do have to actually run back and forth a little bit. I will say the mob density, mob variety for a tier 1 solo skirmish seems relatively good. I do like that there are a lot of enemies that you get, and the pacing seems fine for a defensive skirmish. And we're on the third assault, just for reference. It's for a level 140 with whatever sort of mix of gear I got from the Isengard Tavern. It's very easy, but oh wow, that's it? Oh, third assault. Wait, so third assault, but you have to actually talk to them. That's a little bit unfamiliar to me. We did get, so we still do get bounty, elite guardsmen. That is worth basically nothing at this point. Otherwise, we got reward track XP, marks and medallions from the encounter. So far, it's a very easy skirmish, but again, that's relative to a level 140 character with OP stats and these. It just seems to be not tuned to be too difficult, but again, it's tier 1 solo version, so makes sense that it'd be relatively easy. All right, let's see what the doom is. Ooh, spoils of battle. Oh, I actually can loot that. Okay, let's see what that has. I got iron coins of Cardolan. Region, I think that's a regional currency. Although I don't know why Cardolan instead of Swanfleet, unless there's no distinction between the two, which is entirely possible. And enhancement runes. So far, no long fights. There have been fights with perhaps 10-ish, roughly, mobs at once. One of the end waves for the second assault, I believe. We're on the fourth assault at this point. We're getting a lot here. Of course, there are a bunch of NPCs to help, but I could see for some classes, especially melee classes, it'd be a little bit hard to divide your attention and make sure you get kill credit for everything for reward check XP and character XP to level up if it's relevant for your character. Also, Ivan, I have to ask, since I know you do power leveling type stuff, speed leveling type stuff, if I remember correctly, I wonder how somebody like you enjoys the class trait point changes. And if you aren't familiar with what those are, you now just get all your trait points from leveling. So I know with a lot of faster leveling methods, you want to get your trait points from things like West Rohan quests, Gondor quests, even class deeds to some extent. So you can now get all your trait points, even with these alternative leveling methods compared to those quests. But yeah, a lot of the fights have been short like this, even without as many NPCs to help. Uh-oh, I looked at the cat. Big mistake. Big mistake. Yeah, she's interested in food anyway. I should probably put that up, since it's hunting and soon going to be snack time. I can't have snack time before snack time. Alright, did I miss anything? Oh, I got a deed. Ooh, I wonder if any of those have Urge XP. Unfortunately not. It actually gives nothing. Maybe that will be updated. Thievery and Mischief, that is my other skirmish thing completed on this character. I will say this character, compared to a lot of my original Arkenstone characters, does not run as many skirmishes, but he has run some. More than most new characters would. Also, is that 2 lieutenants at once? That's not too bad. Again, I don't know, dividing your attention like this for a melee class, I don't know how well that would work. It seems like this stage of the skirmish is tuned a lot more towards groups maybe, or ranged characters. Was that the final assault? I believe so. Well, I did a lot of great defense. I don't know what the doom of Oh, that wasn't. That was the 4th assault. Okay, I was gonna say. There was no doom on Caras Gelebren yet. Encounter. Harsh Rups. Dome in the center. Okay, let's go there. Did I say harsh rups? Anyway, harsh laughter erupts. Final assault. As well. Wow, these NPCs are way up there. So yeah, if I actually want this to be any sort of challenge, I would suspect that I would have to run higher tier, and I don't know with the way the skirmish works, the way its loot works, if it's really worth running higher tier. We'll have to investigate that, but I think that's for a later time for this video. For the stream, and again, just sticking to tier 1 to kind of get the experience of the skirmish. So Ivan, for you with the trait point system, you found leveling to be kind of difficult with that, and you tend to focus on traits that you definitely need, and then whatever you want you farm from deeds. Yeah, that was kind of like if I did any sort of faster leveling through areas, it was always that thing where I felt like I had to go through, do certain things, I guess, to make sure I got my trait points to get my traits. So I will be very happy to not feel bad for leveling these other ways. Like all the new ways they've introduced with missions, for example, can easily skip whole areas while doing missions. Whole like 10 level regions, I mean. And not feel bad for losing out. Also, here's another chest for the 4th wave. So far as I can tell, the 1st and 2nd wave assaults did not have chests, but the 3rd and 4th also have 4 favored completions remaining. Does this actually use favored locks? It does. Spoils of Battle doesn't. I don't think that discriminates based on tier. I don't know if it's just solo. We'll just have to see when that actually comes in game. But that also seems to be a very generic chest, like just Spoils of Battle. Like the 3rd assault and 4th assault didn't seem to have anything different with the whole favored completion. I don't know if I'm a fan at all of the favored completion. It's something that's kind of annoying. At least the common chest is basically nothing. Like you might as well just have nothing. And all the common chests that I've looted, there might be some exceptions, ones that I just have not personally experienced.
Hold back the orcs! Do not allow them one step further into our city!
Maybe this is where high elf captains came from. Is he even high elf or is he an elf? Somebody more familiar with the Lord of the Rings and Gelebren can let me know if he's an elf or high elf. But maybe that's where high elf and captains came from. Can elves be captains? I actually don't know if elves can be captains. What are you cats doing? Yeah, so this is something in the beta for update 34, so before the shadow gets released, unless they change that, I really hope they don't. Before the shadow gets released, that is when the change will be here. Oh, that was it. Oh good, there's still an enemies champion. I was gonna say we need a final boss at least. So far, all the ends of these waves have been anticlimactic except for the 2nd assault, oddly. That one actually felt like a little bit of a climax. Okay, will he actually bring the doom to Caras Gelebren? Also, he looks like he's pretty for a screenshot. Okay, I just need a quick photo op before we get going. Hello, David. Hope you're enjoying the close-up of this guy. I just don't remember getting seized the moments on this character. There's one, okay. Glad I got one while I was actually paying attention. So I guess ads spawned during this, but we kind of killed him quickly. I didn't realize I was sitting so far off to the side. Okay, is that it? Yeah, so we have Lesser Gift of the Myrdine, Tier 1. This is the big chest for completing the skirmish. We got Purple Tracery and Iron Coins of Cardolan. This was actually an upgrade for this character in this particular case in the beta.
We have stood fast in the
Alright, we got that.
but this respite will not last. Let us hope that Gil-galad and the others shall soon arrive, or all will be lost.
Uh-oh. Here's the doom, maybe. Hope y'all don't mind. I also do a little
I may yet find
photo op with this guy here. Okay.
you.
I don't know if y'all can hear those cats, but
Therefore, many
they're loud. Yes, Gamer Keeper. The cats are behind me, running around chasing each other because it's playtime. Wait, can you actually see them from there? I can't even see the cat cam to tell.
upon the face of a friend one last time, Gelebren war.
Here, while we wait, preferably not in the bushes,
Make war against you.
while we watch this, I will be right
What
back.
you have done this day will not go unanswered. It matters not.
I don't think they finished.
I have brought an army
didn't hear them finish.
any in this world since the age
I
of
don't know if y'all can see the cats. Maybe a little bit?
Do you not see? All
It's kind of hard to play like this, though.
and all of your failures were of my desire. Your city will
Hopefully y'all saw some of that. I
and
can't
your people
really tell.
to the last. When at last your will is broken, you will surrender the rings of power. The Valar have abandoned you. I am all that awaits you.
I thought I heard Valor. I did. It's a lot of dread. I actually still have my hope buff.
I beg you. You must go. Flee by secret ways.
Alright, do I want any more screenshots before I leave?
Look back.
How about that orc? It's always good to have an orc. Oh. I'm actually getting the stun from so much dread. I wonder if I'll eventually... Like if I stay here, if the dread will just go up and up. Or if it stays at 15. That's a lot. Okay, it seems to just be staying. I get one more screenshot of Sauron. He doesn't look so evil in this form. I guess he is the deceiver for a reason.
Flee by secret ways. Lead the others north. And do not look back.
Did I actually start the skirmish here? Was I here when I started the skirmish? Maybe. Okay, yes I was, actually, remember. Wait. What? Okay, I was wondering why I couldn't travel there. So yeah, I think that is a good point to get wrapped up with this stream. We did get through the skirmish. I'm pretty happy to have done it. Again, overall thoughts are pretty similar to what I was describing during it. It's definitely an interesting setting. I kind of like that, and all the stuff going on with that, the environment, I mean, the Doom of Caras Gelebren being way back in the Second Age, all that's just pretty interesting, so I do like that uniqueness of it, but for me, it's always like going to be a defensive skirmish, which makes it inherently less interesting than an offensive skirmish counterpart would be. So it does not have that going for it for me personally, but it will, I think, be a decent one if I just want to play it while half AFK. It seems possible that it will be decent for that, but I'm not entirely sure. And also, the overall benefits weren't all that much for running it solo, but it did have some modern rewards with things like we have our enhancement runes here. We have got the purple tracery. So we will have to see later how the rewards scale with higher tiers and larger group sizes. And also curious how, like, for a level 20 character, if you get anything relevant, because obviously at level 20, you aren't a part of the legendary item system yet. So I don't know if they have any loot that's going to be relevant for, like, why a low-level character, perhaps level where you'd be questing through the area, would want to run it. Besides, there's actually one more thing we got. We got the Iron Coins of Cardolan, which I believe are region the region faction, or perhaps both Swanfleet and Cardolan. But that actually brings a good point. I don't actually know if I have found a faction reputation vendor. I also don't know if there are two factions indeed, or if there is just one for the entire region. Okay. Men of Dunland, that would be Dunland. I did not do that. Place all this characters, why it's so low. Oh, it's to the west. Maybe it is at the top after all. I scrolled down for nothing. No, I actually don't see... I've gotten stuff for reputation, I believe. I've gotten reputation. Maybe I have not actually gotten any reputation to have started the faction, but if we look at the quest log, I know I have a quest for this place. One faction and one currency Harvane for Swanfleet and Cardolan. Okay, so yeah, basically we got some currency for that faction. I just realized I have not actually found in the entire area a faction representative type NPC, or at the very least a faction barter. But maybe, yeah, it looks like all delving reward vendors on the map. So that's something we, it appears, cannot check yet. And yeah, Patrick, I don't know if you are watching live at this point, and we'll get to this message, but you're commenting that you had to pause the stream way back when I got kicked out of the mission. Yes, it was unfortunately true that finding the NPC was indeed the hardest part. Okay, you are back to live. And minor spoiler, it happened more than once. So I can confirm, based on the sample size of 2, that that is the hardest part. It's a pretty neat cosmetic. Except I can't inspect them. Looks kind of nice for a character like that. Looks good. I think it could also work for a lore master, but definitely not bad for a hunter. But yeah, that's something that really should be fixed for live before the beta is done. Anyway, I think that is a good point to wrap it up for real, so I can go to sleep. I don't know why I'm so tired today, but I am. So, or tonight. It is 10:30 after all. And the cats want attention. So on that note, I hope you all enjoyed the stream and checking out everything in the beta. Obviously, there's a lot more stuff to check out, so I am excited for that. I don't know if I'll get to all of it tomorrow. I will not be streaming that tomorrow. I do intend to stream some group content with my kinship for the first time in a very long time, so that should be exciting. I kind of keep forgetting about that because it's been so long. I'm not used to thinking about that. And then in the future beta rounds, I think I will have to get back to some stuff and we can check if delvings work at that point. Otherwise, yeah, a lot of great stuff in this beta and update. So I don't want that experience with the delving and actually getting to turn it into sour everything. It's kind of more comical than anything, but still a little bit frustrating because I want to see the rewards a little bit more. So I don't want that to sour all the experience, and especially like the landscape. I don't want to say content, but the actual landscape itself, what we explored today, didn't even explore everything. It was all pretty great. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed that, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content. And thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone, and thanks for the super chats as well.